This meeting is being live streamed.
Oh, shit.
Okay,
The
maybe
board is on the call.
Okay, and then if I
Board is
can,
into the call.
The board will not be participating in this meeting
Vocally.
verbally.
Just falling levels here.
Bye.
I don't plan on using Orkin. I don't know why I'm bothering.
But it's there.
Exactly.
Just
It's
in
really
case.
it's the QA in me going. But if I wanted sound from that keyboard to come through the
Just in
stream,
case.
could I do it?
Good.
Okay.
It has been trouble shat.
All right. Ciao.
Okay, let me open that file. No, okay. I'm sorry, I'm just debugging everything right now. Okay, just sync the file, please. No? Okay.
Have you watched all of Severance yet, Heath?
Yes, I finished it finished 5 episodes the first day and 4 episodes the second day.
Yep. Imagine having to watch that week by week.
I don't want to.
I know, I was
It
like, I was
torture.
going down rabbit holes last night and I was like, when season 2 comes out, I'm gonna have a problem
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
trying to wait because I do
Yeah.
like the theories, but also would like to wait.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just,
Thank you.
Yeah.
but that last episode, I was like, "What? That's all? Damn it! Give me more."
Yeah. I think I read a couple places that was like Ben Stiller daring them not to pick them up for a second season.
So is Ben Stiller the producer
You
of it?
cannot renew us, but there will be fire.
I know he directed a bunch of them, not all of them, but he directed a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah, he and Dan Erickson.
Hmm.
I don't know if I know.
It's his production company. Yeah, Red Hour Films is
Yeah,
Ben Stiller's production company.
quite good.
Okay. All right. Doing a little better. Still don't have. I'm discovering that if I don't have files synced, it's hard to click on them for some reason, which is what
Son of
Dropbox
a
was warning
bitch.
about.
Weird.
Just download the one. Okay, there is. Okay.
Just
cool.
do the thing with the stuff in the junk. Stop being dumb.
I don't know. I feel like it could be so much worse. I feel like.
I have not
Oh, here we go. And there it is.
not
Ah.
shared hype posts yet.
Oh, Nord, I need to do that too. So many things.
Quote that tweet. Go quote it. So I can include that link. The most important thing.
Okay, and then I'll share this.
TV/image happening now. Been too busy
Hey.
playing with my new keyboard all day.
Oh, I have done nothing useful today. I've just had a bunch of mishaps.
Me neither. I was at work all day.
Oh,
See, that is a public post.
I tried to convince the chickens to help me prep my raised beds for the next planting. They were not enthusiastic about
Oh,
being tillers. They were like, but we want to go eat in the woods. We like the woods.
we hear what you're
There we
saying,
go.
but also
Like, this place is only fun when it is forbidden and you just let us in it. So we don't want to be here.
You can't go in there then.
Facebook tweet.
They're also like, we took all the plants out of this. We didn't want to be here now.
Yeah,
I
my
was hoping they
last
would dig up
promo
all my
tweet
roots, but
was,
they didn't.
I'm going to go play a game that's actually fun instead of arguing about why D&D is not great. Right?
Oh no.
Or for a very specific thing. You're like, oh, well, technically falling damage is bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I saw
It's
that.
like,
Because the world is hitting you.
yeah.
I'm
How
on that
di-
team.
The earth
Yes.
bludgeoned me.
It was like, well, so if a barbarian's raging, then does he take half falling damage? They're like, oh yeah, I guess so. Or you just like play with reasonable people who are interested in telling a story together instead of rule picking their war games.
Yes, but I like to be right.
Some people like that, yeah. So they can have fun doing that, and I will not.
Peter's
So I
got
don't know if any
unlighting.
of you have followed the saga that was this keyboard and the fuckery that is FedEx, which the ways in which they suck. But today's capper
Oh, I'll need
on
to
it,
watch the recap.
I did finally get the keyboard today, so that was great. Only 2 days late. They supposedly tried to deliver it yesterday, but nobody was home, even though everybody was home
Oh,
and
yeah.
listening for the door all day. Then today, so $4,000 keyboard. It's
It sounds like a conspiracy.
signature required.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the keyboard today. All right, it's supposed to be delivered today. And then luckily I'd signed up. You don't by default get them, but I'd signed up for text alerts to every time there's an update, text me about it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there working on something else and I get a text update. It's like, it's been delivered. I was like, what? Wait, what? And I walked outside and it just been dropped off on my porch. No signature or knock.
Just a big sign that says $4,000 keyboard, do not steal.
And I was like, hey, you're supposed to get a signature and you didn't knock. And you're just like, we're just gonna leave this here. It'll be fine.
We have because we have those incredible steps. One time I looked out the window and saw an Amazon person throwing
Oh my God.
a package up there. And I was like, I
not
don't
cool.
blame you. And then they just ran.
Oh.
Just leave it at the bottom. It's cool.
If you can't manage it up the stairs, it's okay at the bottom, dude.
I do like a passive aggressive thing to Instacart.
Piece
Which-
integration.
Filters out toxic masculinity. I say, if you need to leave it at the bottom, that's fine. Which most people who are cool and chill are like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna leave it at the
I'll
bottom.
leave it at the bottom. I
And then you
interpreted
see
that
people
as,
be like, I'm gonna bring all the chocolate chicos up. I'm gonna bring all the chocolate chicos up.
okay, I got you hosted off of my Twitch channel.
Noise.
I need to open the
Does
chat.
Sappy have her mother's love move written yet?
Oh shit. I forgot I didn't have an entire week.
That's okay.
Oh, and I don't have my
it will,
camera set up.
it will be there, but just we'll figure it out as we go along.
It'll be fine.
There's the
It
chat
looks
room.
like Francis is also.
Yeah, I
due
might
an
need help with that
advancement, is
one.
right?
I think I would
Yeah.
want to make it so that it like does what I have been doing by chance sometimes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I don't know what the cost would be.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me a moment to gather my wits here.
Something like when like someone you care about is in danger.
Yeah.
Roll advantage for things that require.
Yeah, and it has to be like
Vitality.
specifically. when
But
that
then
happens.
also there's going to be like, then you like take a condition or something, or you roll.
Oh yeah,
and
it
then-
could be like you take a condition on a fail.
Yeah.
That is, or I don't know. We had talked about it. You always get the condition berserk,
Yeah, you like
or it
bulk
could
out.
be if you fail, you get berserk.
I still find it
Yeah.
interesting, and I don't even know if this is mechanically supported. Not that it matters; you can kind of do anything in this game. But because it's the way it seemed to come about, I find it interesting if it had like a prerequisite that you had to have tried one
Oh,
very
like if you
reasonable
failed,
conservative thing first.
That or somebody has to. I think it's
Yeah.
often happened when someone in the group has tried something reasonable.
yeah. So like
And
when
then you're like,
That's
"Fuck this!"
including me. And then I'm just like, no.
when physical force has failed, you can roll with advantage on this and then take a condition or something.
And rolling with advantage would be
You 3 dice and take the top 2.
okay. It would be like automatic 12,
No, just more
but it
like
could be if I write it that way. I'm writing this rule. Are you writing this rule, Mark? I don't think you are.
One nice
and
thing
then
about being down here is I have this very fancy SM or
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
except it is not hooked up to anything, and I
Oh.
know it would take me an hour to get it configured. Of like, okay, it goes through this device, and then logs
Me,
up.
on the other hand, I keep mine just out of frame, just because it's so big when it's in frame.
Got my decade-old Yeti Blue, old blue.
Hope my video and sound are coming through all right.
Y'all are just dealing with whatever
and
the
my,
MacBook
It
my
has.
$40 webcam.
You actually have this like cool lighting thing happening on you that
Oh,
looks
that's
kind
because
of
there are
neat.
sunset
It
lamps
is
down here.
Oh yeah.
I need to turn off my.
Kids, they're invisible. We don't see them.
But it's kind of cool. Like gives you a vibe.
Very bisexual lighting. Yeah.
Here we go.
Speaking of, did Francis
Speaking of
take a
bisexual.
did Francis take an advancement? Let's see that your
Oh yeah,
sheet
1
is
second. Let me
yellow.
get my background back. And yeah, I was thinking I would take if it's okay, I'll just take a +1 on vitality.
Man, I'm really bummed about. I'm glad you brought it up, Peter, because I don't think I would have thought about the fact that now if I take Cosmic Passage again, I don't get any benefits and I only get nerfed
Yeah.
since
Yeah,
I'm maxed out on my.
but it does give you that
sensitivity.
move, right?
Well, yeah, it gives me, I guess, old bones and whatever the other thing was. We were
It's for the
2 reasons we're
collection.
taking it, yeah. So it's like, well,
And I
if you,
don't
if you hadn't maxed out your sensitivity, it could help you out. But sorry.
And if I take Cosmic Passage, oh, that does something interesting.
Does that drop your reason down more?
No, I was wondering about that. It
Big
says I
Francis is
can,
a little dumber.
Oh,
It
is that
says
just what it
every time
does to me specifically?
whenever you gaze upon the masterwork and attempt
nice.
to roll with sensitivity, which is probably not good. Yeah, sensitivity 0. So I have a chance of getting a clue from the masterpiece.
Oh, but then also you can get a scar.
Yeah, but I have room for scars. But
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah. So I would get no more sensitivity and I would drop my reason by 2 if I took it back to 0.
Can't really afford
Oh,
it.
we got just conserve all the reason we have. Cannot be
oh no,
holding it
I
all
can
down.
reason through anything, guys.
And you have. It's been really impressive. Wow, Francis was right about a lot of things.
About a surprising.
Surprising
Strangely
amount.
enough.
See, how do I turn on the third of these?
I was reflecting that it's really nice that like I have clear relationships to both Gareth and Francis now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, sweet. I know who I am to each of them.
more lighting.
Cool.
This-
So we were starting on a day, aren't we?
Mhm.
so yeah.
With that.
No more danger. Time for
No more danger.
partying.
Just party all day.
Party all day, party every night.
Yeah, we worked hard last night. Let's take the day off.
You can take a little time off. There's no reason to, no rush, right?
There's no oncoming threats that we have to worry about.
Yeah, there's no
Actually-
mechanic that makes us do things.
Yeah, there's really not. Yeah, except for Sally, right?
Mm.
Let's see.
See, close that, close that.
18. Who might know someone at an opium den?
Gareth, Francis.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
either one of us. Yeah. We're both.
We
prime
know different
candidates
people
there.
at the same
Yeah.
level.
Or it might be funny if it turns out we know the same guy. You know him
Totally
too.
different levels, like the heaven level and the hell level.
Babsy is the same person as Barrett.
Wait. You talking about Babsy Willoughby?
No, they're all dead. Their family line was extinguished
Whoa,
centuries
why'd you
ago.
kill all the Willoughbys? Whoa,
This is why
Mark.
we can't have nice things.
Are Willoughbys, have they been the target of all of these crimes? Is that the
Yes.
conspiracy? I knew it.
um,
First, my wife.
which one of you knows the proprietor of an open den? How about that?
Oof.
Is there like a small business owner conference?
I mean, again, it could be. I feel like it. Man, either one is pretty. I mean, Francis. Everybody loves Francis.
Let's make it Francis then. Yeah.
Like an
since-
intelligentsia society? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the I'm a new brothel owner, so I haven't really had a
right.
chance to
You'll meet
Not in
network
the
with.
circles yet.
eventually.
Yeah, with other.
Oh yeah. That's
Gotta get on the
totally
list
right.
listserv.
So there's a new threat in town. It is the Limehouse Lurker.
Son of a bitch.
I'm sure that.
No, thank you.
Oh God, I'm looking at the question.
Okay, look.
Limehouse is a district over a little bit east of Whitechapel. It's got a cool
Oh, shit.
basin, and there's a lot of Chinese immigrants there. So Jenny Johnston, her real name is Chen Bao, the proprietor of an opium den in Limehouse, tells you a story, Francis, who that has not yet reached Scotland Yard or the papers. 3 people have been found dead in recent days, their bodies completely exsanguinated.
Oh, I'm Limehouse from Broken Blossoms.
We could check exsanguination. Now we just need defenestration.
The first was a prostitute named Soft Jimmy, found in a dark
Soft
corner
Jimmy.
of the opium den.
He doesn't
The
sound
second
like
was
a real popular one.
The second was a young mother, Cheria Bell, found in an alleyway behind the Limehouse School. And the third was a Chinese sailor, Zhao Donghai, found outside a pub near the Regent's Canal dock, the Dog and Whistle. Jenny, who is an informal community leader in Limehouse, has been helping. Jenny has been keeping the bodies in her basement. She's hesitant to go to the authorities because she fears it will cause trouble for the small but thriving Chinese immigrant community in the district.
Okay, well, let's go look at those bodies.
You heard that Hargrave House has experience with matters such as this and has asked for your help, Francis.
Like Paloma has already disappeared.
Paloma's like already, all right, boys, I'm dressed and ready to go. Come on. Take whatever you got with you.
Paloma, you have the highest reason, right?
Yes.
Or she's
My one perk.
Hargrave House knows about creatures that drink the blood of their victims. They're called vampires.
We're tied. We're tied for highest reason on
Yeah.
it.
Oh, are we?
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
but I
dang.
feel like Paloma is
She
the one that
seems
would
smarter.
She has been smarter longer, that's for sure, because there was a point which I was pretty
I should have
dumb.
improved my reason, but a mother's love has to come first.
So Paloma, a detail in Jenny's story convinced you.
I'll beat you in reason soon.
A detail in Jenny's story convinces you this particular vampire has the body of a small child. What is it?
No.
Sorry, a particular detail convinces me that it has the body of a small child.
A detail in Jenny's story convinces you that this vampire is a small child. Has the body of
All of the bite marks are
God damn it.
right on the dick.
waist or below. Waist or below. Yeah. So could be Dick. Soft Jimmy.
Okay, so you mean the vampire literally like is in the not that he has the body of a child like in his closet or whatever.
No, I mean he might, but he also inhabits the body of a
Gotcha.
small
Right,
child.
right, right.
Oh, and some of the baby teeth have fallen out.
Oh.
So you have 3 questions and opportunities. The first one is complexity 4. Is the vampire young or old? And that will take us to the next
When did
question,
children's teeth fall out?
which will either be if it is young, what is the child's home life before they returned? Complexity 4. And in that case, you can resolve the threat by luring the vampire into a scene reminiscent of its home life and then destroying it or making arrangements for it to safely.
We're just
feed
like
on a regular
re-traumatizing
basis.
Paloma over and over and over and over again.
If it's old, where is the vampire's nest? Complexity 4. Resolve the threat by infiltrating its nest and then destroying it or convincing it to leave London.
Maybe it's
and there
exposure
is-
therapy.
There is one mask available. It is called the Mask of the Sun.
I'm just going to spend the entire stream trying to get my glasses clean. It's all me. I failed that roll apparently twice now. I'm rolling with
And our
disadvantage.
other current threat is Sally Novace.
How many
No
clues do we have for
clues.
that?
No
Yeah,
clues. There's
Sally,
a
no
complexity
clues.
4. Where's the
Sally,
killer?
no
hiding?
No clues.
Or complexity 6. Where's the killer choosing the victims? Or complexity 8. What is the true identity of the killer and what drove them to this madness?
So
We should
here's
probably
what
work
I'm
on that.
I'm thinking we should just stop solving mysteries because when we solve one, another one comes up.
Maybe we're causing them.
So if we
Nothing
just leave
bad
them
would happen
alone,
if we didn't solve anything.
we'll just live with these 3 and life will be fine.
Yeah, we'll just symbiotic relationship.
I have bad
Okay.
news for you about the queen.
I do imagine that even though Sally No Face has Sally No Clues, the vampire news is probably drawing my attention.
But we have these other things that we've been sitting on.
No
the-
time! There's bodies. These bodies are fresh.
Baby vampire. I'm your mommy now.
Vampire baby.
So many bodies, they could be really fresh.
For
And
anybody
for
playing
Sally
along at
Novace,
home, we've resorted to wet cleaning now.
No inconvenient blood in any of the bodies.
For Sally No Face, you also have available the Mask of Beauty. So there's 2 masks that we
Oh, I
haven't
didn't know
used
that.
yet. Yeah,
That feels very
and
fantasy.
those are listed on
Right.
the threat sheet there. You'll notice that I didn't read the questions and opportunities for the Watley camera.
Uh-oh.
Did you forget? You just forgot. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sure.
fine. We don't mind if you forget things.
Because
We
you just need
also
to
have
read them because
logs.
we already know them. So
Yeah, you already know
no.
them. It's fine. You're fine.
And we worked so hard collecting all those clues, so you wouldn't take them away from us.
Oh no, I wouldn't take them away. They're still there.
What?
Now they belong to the mastermind.
Yeah. So let's start off with that. I'll start off with it says in my little thing here. Let's see. Narrate a scene showing how that threat becomes a servant of the mastermind. So I think what happens is there's a scene with Theodora and Portia,
No,
and
don't let him kiss.
Theodora is leaving Portia's bedroom
God
early
damn it.
in the morning,
Oh, they more than kissed.
and she has a small black, not that small, suitcase that seems a bit heavy. She meets a gentleman who has been waiting patiently in one of the lounges. He has a tweed suit, pale olive flesh, and doesn't speak very much right now. And she just hands it to him and says, "This is the final piece.
Better not be
Please.
Lloyd.
Please take it to safety." It's not Lloyd.
Better be Lloyd.
And
He's
with
so
that,
upset with him.
Why would it be Lloyd? I'm sorry. I was just.
she turns back to Portia, runs her hand along her cheek and gives her a kiss goodbye.
Okay, we don't need to
Says-
see that.
"You will be rewarded, my dear. Just keep this between us for now." And
I
she's
don't
wearing
understand what I did.
sapphire blue gloves as she does that. And she and her gentleman friend leave with the camera. And the camera is no longer a threat.
Paloma
Congratulations.
senses this and is just waking up grumpy.
Aha! So we've discovered if we leave threats alone long enough, they also become not threats.
Yes,
Problem
went away. Get rid
solved.
of our problems.
It's not a threat for you. Let's say that.
Okay. So can we cannot try and get hints or get clues for the Waitley camera or try and resolve it?
I mean, you can try to get clues for it, but you can't resolve it anymore.
Table
Okay.
flip, rage quit. Done.
Mark, I feel like you make NPCs and I flirt with them and then you rub it in my face later that it's not that they aren't interested in anybody, it's just specifically me.
There's no reason she couldn't be interested in you still.
She said she wasn't.
Theodora is just very persuasive.
You know, I think I have a similar thing, Nicole, in that I feel like every time I try to like talk friend an NPC, they're just like, "Fuck you, I'm hostile towards you. I'm not
I'm
going to
going to
help
my
you or be
mom."
open to your stuff." Like,
Yeah, I'm going back to my
Then you make
mommy.
them your thrall, is what you do at that
Yeah,
point.
just make them a thrall. Just make sure
We
they're part of your
we
cult.
should just be 3 Francises.
just gonna backstab everybody. Except I don't know how to
Francis
backstab.
has triplets. He has 2 brothers, the exact same.
Francis, Francis, Francis.
Oh
It's
my
all
god.
undeniables.
Francis,
Oops, exactly.
Francis.
Oops, all undeniables. That's
Okay,
what we
that'll be
should've
our
done.
one
That's what we should've
fun episode where we just
The spin-off.
destroy the town.
You look marvelous today. No, you look marvelous.
That's
Oh my
the
god.
whole episode.
I
Yeah,
could
Francis
just
did it.
die. You
The Quinn
should.
brothers.
They go
And
shopping.
this
Oh,
episode
you know.
ends when everyone in the town is dead.
Good news is, hey, no reason to put forth any effort towards the Whiteley camera anymore.
Well,
Yeah,
you don't
I
know
think-
that it's no longer a threat, so those NPCs are still available to you if you want to hang out with them. But
Okay, well, that's fun. I
Yeah.
still have my membership with the Society of Obscure.
that's true, you do. I don't-
4 clues
Did
wasted.
your dog get it? No.
I
Wasted.
was in a closet all night long for one of those clues. A witch stole my hair.
Morale at an all-time low.
I think I got it. And then I got another one of the clues when she thwarted my advances and gave me my weird fucking hair back.
I think Francis
What?
is
That's
just
right.
blinking.
Are
through.
you in the sun, Nicole? Because your light is amazing
I am
right now.
exactly in the
Yeah.
sun. This is gonna last until the sun
And
goes
like
down
it,
at
it
30.
like it's almost
Yeah, about 10
perfectly
minutes of
lit with
that.
your background. That's what's crazy.
It will not last, and it is very painful.
Well, it looks really good and
I don't think I know who the vampire is.
Interesting lighting day.
looks
Yes.
motivated with your background. It's like,
It does look very ghostly. Yes.
okay, so we got to do stuff. I guess.
But I feel like Paloma's excited about the vampire and wants to see
Yeah.
Barbies.
If that's the hit there. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
And doesn't really want to see Portia again. So, although we could always go party there.
Could always go party there. I'm sure Cyrus has.
How's everybody doing condition wise? I'm strangely free of
to the bone.
conditions.
I'm good.
Oh,
I've, just
no.
got,
to the bone.
I've just got my one condition that I want. So
Oh, yes. So, oh, you're not drinking today,
Yeah.
Gareth. You okay?
Yeah, you might want to hang on to that. Now that
But
camera
Francis
in the
is chilled to the
mastermind's
bone.
hand,
We
you
should
might
get him
wanna
warmed
hang
up.
on to that.
Yeah.
hang on to what,
so-
Mark? What?
Now that the camera is in the hands of Theodora, you may want to hang on to that. Yeah.
My ward of the void.
You know what warms Francis up? Opium.
Shopping.
Okay.
Oh,
You can shop for opium, I suppose.
The finest.
or maybe they're shopping over there.
Stopping
Or I could go.
yeah.
Maybe Paloma has its. Wait. I always forget the rules about conditions. Sorry. If I go voyeur something, can I clear someone else's condition, or does it need to be Francis doing?
If they come with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Paloma has never seen the opium den and would like to
Ooh.
voyeur there. Like to just kind of see.
And
what
so
it's like.
I'm a member, so I invite her. Or you can,
Nice.
you're allowed in, and then you can kind of park somewhere and keep an eye
Yeah.
on things. Is
For
that the idea,
science,
or-
I'd like to check it out for
Yeah.
science. And while we're there, we could look into this.
I think I'm going to end up with another condition out of this. That's fine.
It's fine.
Don't touch anything.
It's all fine.
It's warm, but he's now tripping balls the entire time.
Warmed
You're
up,
just
but
really relaxed.
very catatonic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Paloma, what does it what do you see there?
I feel like it's difficult to see anything because it's just
Oh,
so
yeah.
dark. in
Actually,
there.
I have a more specific question for you.
Thank
actually.
you.
Oh,
That would be great.
The opium den is dim and smoky. There's a heavy ammonia-like smell in
That's
the
as
air,
far as I
and
was going to
there's
get.
there's people lounging everywhere on cushions on the floor. There are people from all walks of life patronizing Jenny Johnson's. What do you see that indicates this?
There is like a little roped off area
Nice.
that is the higher class clientele.
Mhm.
And it is, I think, originally was intended to be like the VIP area, but the way that Jenny's works is that often people will kind of stand at the edges and lean over, and by the end of the whatever version of diurnal cycle folks there have, it just gets kind of muddy and the ropes get knocked over eventually.
Nice.
Jenny tries to reset them in the morning just to maintain for new customers, but the lines are quite blurred. You can really only tell people by what they're wearing, what class
Nice.
they're.
So what do you guys talk about?
Oof. Sorry, what? Oh, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are my questions this time around?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think I'm supposed to do some love stuff again.
Okay, so and then Heath needs to do a ritual and encounter a dark entity.
Yeah, I've got a plan.
I need to express a clear preference for the beautiful over the mundane and create an
Oh.
over the top erotic experience for someone else's pleasure.
This would be a good time for that. Either of those.
So yeah, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I mean, probably the thing top of mind is I don't know. Paloma probably wants to talk about the vampire. Right?
I know Paloma, I think, is offering, if I was a vampire, this is exactly how, like offering like first person point of view vampire strategies.
Kind of logicking it all through.
Like, this is exactly where I would come, and I would stand over there and I would wait for, and because of the voyeur tendencies, like knows exactly, like, oh, behind that curtain, you could definitely get at someone. Okay, under that table, you could, and it's kind of going on like that while Francis is.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I think my gut instinct is that Francis is just kind of in awe of all of the observations that you're doing, and he probably starts prompting you with, or prompting Paloma with questions like, okay, so say that person there, I'll say his name is Jack Tamp. Jack Tamp sitting at that table over there. If he was the vampire, if he was the threat, how would we see to it that we could restrain him and keep him from threatening anyone?
Oh, I've been stuck. You're right. I have been stuck in the vampire's point of view, and I should take our point of view. Yes. No. Very good point, Francis. You're always seeing things in a different way. How would we restrain him? Well, I mean, other than the fact that it looks like he's starting to do that himself, based on the long pulls he's just been taking out of that very high quality poppy. But he favors his right leg. So I imagine if we
yes, he had that injury in the war.
were to get him to run and made him trip on the right side, we could very easily overtake him.
Oh, brilliant. And then I suppose what you were thinking was, if you were a vampire, how would you take care of Jack Tamp?
If I was a vampire, how would I fight him? Yes.
But I think that
of course is easier.
The same thing.
Because I'm a vampire in this situation, and I have presumably some of the vampire abilities. There's no sunlight here.
Right, you couldn't chase him outside. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, the way he could escape me is by going outside.
Oh, the chess moves of vampires. All quite a bit beyond me. I feel like Paloma has tried to teach Francis chess at some point.
and is even like done it as checkers.
And I think Francis is
ignore the pieces. They all move the same.
They're so pretty. This horsey gentleman seems rather roguish, if you ask me.
I know you want to keep a hold of the knight, but like, really, you should be protecting your queen at all costs.
Yes, and I think Francis admits that he's glad to be back at the opium den just because it is calm and predictable. And I think he ends up talking about how he's glad they were able to get to the bottom of the Cremorne Gardens situation, but he's saying that like the whole time through he felt confused. Like, I had to map my way through a sewer. We all know my sense of direction. That shouldn't have worked at all. And there I was being relied on to guide us to safety. I shudder to think of what would have happened if it had been, similar to the walk through the queue. And to say nothing of Tomsey.
Yeah, to say nothing of Tomsey. I'm so grateful that we were all together last night. Like, I also, I've never hacked anything off with that bone saw that was living. I don't know what overcame me, but somehow when I'm around you and Gareth, I become something a bit more than myself. That I think last night we all were a bit more than we could have done by ourselves.
Well, hopefully that will serve us well as we talk to the proprietress here.
I think that takes care of your chill to the bone for sure. Nice and cozy. What is Gareth doing while they are getting high?
I feel like
Getting high, playing Sherlock Holmes.
It's time to go and have another chat with what's her face at the brothel. Who's got my
Violet.
goddamn powder puff.
Oh,
Mm.
this is the real mission, the powder puff mission.
Oh, do we get a clue out of the vulnerable scene? I forget.
Oh, yeah. What would you like to? Sorry
After
about
break,
that.
I need to bring down my little sheet that.
Yeah, so if it's your vice, you can either stumble on a clue or invite the other hunter to ask you about your past. And that would be Paloma making that choice.
I think since we're doing the Sherlock Holmes thing, I think accidentally stumbling on a clue would be very
Oh
funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if I was over, what is that?
That is tell me what that is.
Oh yeah, it's us telling.
Oh
you.
no,
Yeah.
it's a baby fang. Baby tooth fang.
Baby Fang.
Baby
Hello
Fang.
there, we are Baby Fang.
Or baby fang.
We're
Just need one
opening
word.
for Serpent Lord.
This is way longer than any bicuspid I have ever seen.
Oh no. And what
Baby
is this little
Fang.
bit of flesh on the end?
Ugh, baby gums.
Baby comes, baby fangs.
Open it.
Baby fangs.
Let's put this
Um,
vampire child at about 8, 9.
Is
Oh,
teeth
and-
on the list of
Wait, when do people lose their bicuspids?
Paloma, you since you are the vampire expert, apparently,
Yes.
you know that
I just like to read about them.
You know that if the vampire is young, it will be scared. Like if it's fresh,
10 to 11.
it'll be scared and will lash out like a wild animal. And its kills will be sloppy and haphazard. It retains some vague memories of its life before being turned, and those memories can be used to manipulate it. If the vampire is old, it's far more calculating and dangerous. It will have access to supernatural powers, blood magic, but in both cases, the vampire is weak in direct sunlight and can be destroyed in all the usual manners. Cool.
Or
So
what
good.
about friendship?
How
How
maybe
can you
not
befriend
friendship.
it?
New vampire roommate.
vampire roommate.
I'm going to talk to Jason
Gareth-
Cordova about some of the problems we have with He said, I noticed that not all of the threats can be befriended and turned into roommates, and we have a problem with that.
Yeah, it's a major flaw.
Gareth, how long has it been since you visited the brothel?
Not long. I mean, I think at this point, like a few days, I think.
A few days?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
So-
about how much game time has passed since.
Yeah. And again, like days and nights are not strict days and nights.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
could be a little bit of time.
But I did. I mean, I
Um,
figure I would, I wouldn't go much
Okay.
longer than that without popping by.
Yeah, so I think the last time you were there was when what's his name? Blake left the factory.
Oh yeah, it sounds familiar.
So yeah, you enter the lounge, and it seems pretty quiet there. And
It's the afternoon.
yeah, it's the afternoon, and Violet is just sort of
Morning.
lounging, reading a little Penny Dreadful novel, smoking a pipe, and she kind of like starts when the little bell rings as you enter the door, and then when she sees it's you, she just sort of like rolls her eyes and says, "Oh, you've decided to come back."
Well, yes, as partner in this business, I figure I should be here frequently.
Well, where are the unearthly delights that you've promised?
Well, I thought I'd bring you a sample.
Yes.
I mean, I figure like a good chef, you should probably taste the wares to know that of which you're offering and how good it is.
Go on.
Well, in return, all I would like it back is my powder puff that Toby had stolen from me.
And she just reaches into her gown and like, "This, you want this back?
Yes, I do.
Tell you what, I'll do you one better." And she tosses the powder puff to you. says, and she reaches into her other little pocket in her little kimono, but like little silky drapey thing, and it's a
Silky
key, and
drapey thing.
silky drapey thing. She tosses a key over to you as well.
Mhm.
Says, "Place is yours."
Like that's a threat.
As in, are you leaving us? Is this what you're saying?
I have nothing to do anymore since everyone else left.
So there's no one who willingly wants to work here?
Do you think people want to do this work?
Yes.
Some? Surely there's at least a handful. Look,
Yes, but they probably work for a bit more refined clientele.
well, that's where we are going, my dear. Look, every change is painful. And this is why I want you to sample the wares, because once you've experienced what I'm offering, you will understand and you will be more on board and you will see and you will be able better to sell it and know who to sell it to and the type of people who might want to help us bring these services to others.
What
I mean,
do you
again,
think-
using the
what do you
food
think will happen if
analogy.
she does not accept your advances?
If she doesn't, I mean, I'm not equipped to run this place on my own. So, like, if I don't have sort of, if I can't convince her to get on board with this plan, then I think the business venture is just going
Empty building.
to go under. Like
Empty
the
building.
brothel will not
Immersive
survive.
experience. Sorry, I'll mute myself.
That's great. I love it.
Start at the
Cool. So it sounds like you're gonna be rolling with presence. Do you have anything you'd like to use?
Let's take a little look-see.
Well, you got a bunch of little things.
Yeah, because that was my thing I got is the witch's cupboard. That was my upgrade last time.
Chime candles and a suction cup.
Yeah, let's use the candles.
Set the mood. All right. So it's going to be a roll with advantage +1. Is that right?
Yeah, yes.
Presence, yeah.
Scroll. Yes.
Lost connection.
Advantage +1. Where's my die roller? There it is. Advantage +1. So let's do that. How about a 10 + 1 is an 11. 11. Hello?
Mark, you froze.
Yeah, it
I'm
looks
back.
like.
Are you there?
Yes.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
I think my VPN was being
Uh,
naughty.
Yeah, look, we're like, maybe Mark's just taking a moment here.
Dramatic pause.
Cool. 5 and 5 + 1 is 11. Awesome.
yes.
That is quite good. So she draws herself up
Powder
and
puff.
walks up and puts her hand on your chest and says, "So what did you have in mind?"
Well, I figured by that time I'd started with the candles since they were my thing, and I'd been like
Yeah.
I was preparing the ritual, and in preparing the ritual, I think I very purposely dripped some candle wax upon her collarbone. It's like part of the ritual.
Very sexy.
Yeah, and she exposed herself and arches her back a little bit. She's like, "Yeah, this is working. Okay."
And then we have to. She doesn't know this, but I have to, of course, pervert a Christian ritual, which this one I think is going to be a baptism with absinthe. So I figure like a little absinthe, which she'll get baptized with, which shall then be licked off of her.
Sticky. All right.
Yeah. And basically the purpose of this ritual is summoning, again, one of my many familiar dark entities of the pleasure variety who can take earthly meat humans to untold levels of pleasure that mere physical bumping of parts cannot do. This is a whole other thing. Now, of
I
course,
would like
what
this
she does not,
entire erotic fiction.
what she does not know is there's, of course, there's always a price to pay.
Ooh.
And in return for this, the dark entity does take between 2 to 5 years off of the end of her life. But it's,
Worth it.
who wants those years anyway? Those are the crappy years.
Those are the bad ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Larry. Cool. So we're rolling with sensitivity then, it looks like,
Damn right.
for that ritual.
And this is just a straight up roll. Is that right? With
Mhm.
sensitivity? Okay, let's see what happens. Here we go. Bam. 12.
Nice. That is a solid hit. Cool. So tell me what the results of the ritual looks like, who comes through, and what they intend to do.
Things getting hot and heavy, clothes are being shed, and which point I feel like she sort of sees, like, as she's looking at me, almost like another shadow version of me starts, until it kind of like comes out separately and like kind of comes around behind her. So now it's almost like there's two people getting it on with her. And then that shadow eventually then melds into her.
Nice.
And so it's literally like she's experiencing the human part of it, but also a complete internal thing that's beyond all comprehension.
Nice. Great. Well, that all happens. And you got 12. So after everything is done, she collapses on the couch in the lounge.
Damn it, why didn't I take one of the
y'all
sex
were.
questions this round?
I know. You've hit all the different things. Just trying to answer all your questions this round.
I always try to cycle them out. Yeah, use the ones I haven't used.
Habit is force of habit.
I mean, it's still good. I knocked out 2 questions with this one,
Yeah.
this one counters.
And I think after the entity retreats, Violet's putting herself together a bit. She's like, all right, you have more than convinced me. This is fucking awesome. And I think you're going to have to show me how to do that, because it doesn't make sense for you to have to be here. If we're going to make a lot of money, we're going to need a lot of clients. And I feel like, and she kind of like takes her hand and goes like that, and like pulls some of the like shadow substance out of her hand and dark rainbows it in the air. She's like, I think you're going to need a little bit of help. And I think your friend left something behind. So I think she is offering to become a apprentice witch, if that is something that would save you time and effort. Start a coven.
Most excellent. Can I trust, hopefully we have made amends and are friends now on the same side of things.
Oh, more than friends.
Excellent.
Partners.
I figure also, now that you understand, it will help. I mean, I will help as well, but it will help us also know the right kind of people to hire, since we do have a lack of sufficient employees at the moment. But now you know the kinds of people we need here.
See what I can do. Great.
Excellent.
Back to the opium den.
Oh man.
We're running behind.
So
This is the episode of debauchery, sex, and
know.
opium dens, and
probably at this point, Francis has been approached by Jenny here, who she asks if you're enjoying yourself, if there's anything she can get you on the house, of course. A friend of Hargrave is a friend of hers. She is very soothing.
Plum is
she's
in
like,
love. Again.
What?
Again, she's pretty but faded. It says she has a
Nice.
dark
Plymouth
taffeta
type.
gown, and she's soothing but a little serious. She's like very, although she does run this business, she is very concerned about being a good community leader. Yeah, and so she's just hanging out, chatting with you.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think
she's available for conversation or whatever.
I think Francis at this point completely forgets the business that he's there on and is
So does
like,
Paloma.
he asks for his usual and then just starts chatting about how have things been.
Yeah.
Must be so
Yeah.
very lonely.
No, not at all.
A
I came
business
here to
owner.
make a life for myself. People turn their noses up at East London, but all I see is opportunity. Never had children, never ever wanted them, but this place I feel like is my child.
Oh, Jenny, did I tell you we have a new hunter?
A new hunter.
His name is Paulie. He's a very exciting gentleman, very open to
Really?
interesting fashion. I must introduce you at some point.
What is his demeanor?
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
Polly likes
oh, okay.
the same things I do.
I mean,
See?
is he? I mean,
I think Francis is just like smiling and blinking. Just like,
I know about your friends, and I've heard tell about some of Mr. Artpenny's proclivities here and there. Nothing specific. I was wondering if this new hunter has any special qualities that might help.
I mean, apart from
situation.
immense charm.
Charm mostly.
I think that's your department.
True, Polly is a pale comparison next to Francis, but that is mostly Polly's thing.
And she sits next to
Pretty dapper.
Paloma and just kind of like plops herself down on a pillow next to you and puts her hand over your hand and says, I don't know you as well as I would like to. Tell me more about what your role at Hargrave is like.
Well,
She is our resident genius. She
Oh,
is
I could
the sort of
tell from your
hunter who has
face.
Ever been in our employ.
You have
That's
very intelligent eyes.
too kind. Thank you.
In a
I mean,
drawer at home.
Gareth holds up the supernatural, and Francis is actually our charmer, and I tend to be the scientific mind.
Fantastic.
But
It
just
seems
the
a
other day
good
she-
balance is essential to a house such as yours.
She's also capable of great physical feats we discovered recently in that business with that.
Oh, is that true? What kind of physical feats are you capable
Well,
of?
in the appropriate circumstance, I have been known to rise to the occasion, and my vitality is more than it seems at times. Things that love can do, right?
Well, if you ever need employment as security, there's always room for a person of your abilities.
I certainly wouldn't want you to be in any danger.
Oh, good. My opium. My dentist here. May I?
Of course.
We are actually here on business, but we can talk about that later.
Oh, feel free. That's why I'm here. I'm here at your service.
Oh, no, you asked us to. Didn't she ask us to come? I get all confused.
The bodies.
We're supposed to be, yes.
And
helping
when you say that,
just-
she kind of like looks like
Of knowledge are extensive.
Yes.
That would say that this place is an amazing place. Sorry. What I meant to say was we are.
Would you like something to calm yourself down as well?
I seem to do best when slightly anxious.
This is true. She's
She
like a razor that needs a fine edge.
she snaps her fingers and like makes a little
Oh.
motion. Oh, go on.
But there was something you wanted us to see. 'Cause
Oh.
This is really good. I see why people come back.
Oh, no.
And like within a minute or two, brings out a like super fancy like Turkish coffee service thing, like the sort of gold engraved, or not the silver engraved thing with a couple little cups, and
You
pours
see,
you.
this is why you go to another place and they give you a plain pewter pot.
Mm.
But this, Jenny creates art by the things that she provides.
I'm in a position that allows me to take advantage of the wealth that flows through London.
And
It
to
doesn't
use
seem
your excellent-
so, but I'm modest as well.
Hmm.
I like to put my resources to the best use for my community.
Well, Francis has an eye for these things. He knows when people have just the airs and that are actually of the mundane, and they've actually gone.
This is
The
why
fancy
Mr.
stuff.
Gladstone comes here.
Mr. Gladstone.
He was a prime minister who also went around trying to convince
Mm.
women of the night to give up the life and find a world of virtue.
Deja vu.
His diary also contained little whip marks for when he was attracted to one of them and apparently whipped himself afterwards. Sorry for the footnote.
Amazing.
No,
Fantastic.
amazing footnote.
So I'm sure he came to do whatever he does, but he stayed because it was amazing.
I bet he had a lot of marks after he met you, Jenny.
She's like pats you on the arm and takes your hand and shakes you. But you were interested in. Did you want to ask her more about it, or do you want to like physically investigate?
Yeah, well, you want us just to we could go take a look.
Yes, I need to stay up here, but
I got my bag. It's the
Benjamin
doctor's
here
bag.
will
It's got doctor
you,
stuff in it.
show you the wares we have in the basement.
I'm a doctor.
And
Hey,
Benjamin
you're
is
pretty.
a young Chinese gentleman. I was like, oh, I'm sure you say that to everyone.
She gives
No.
the diagnoses very accurate.
Now I'm particular. We're never gonna make it to the basement.
Paloma, what are you afraid might happen if you discover that you cannot really hold your opium?
I'm worried that I will
Find love.
find so I'm most afraid of love. I think I'm worried that Paloma will pass out and
Embarrass herself in front of Jenny.
embarrass herself in front
Ooh.
of Jenny.
More importantly, yeah.
And lose ground with Jenny, both like relationally and with the case. Like Jenny might not let us hear, or be injured while passed out. But that's not gonna happen. Let's go to the basement.
Let's find let's have a vitality roll just to see what happens with that.
Oh, why didn't we try other things beforehand and then they failed?
Oh no.
Oh, my vitality is not very strong.
You can use something in your personal quarters too.
Oh yes, I have. I think Paloma's starting to feel that she's like not doing great. And which do I choose? I think she has her medical text with her, and is like very blearily like trying to find ways to counteract
like maybe
opiate
using
effects.
them to focus as well.
Yeah, and being like yeah, because she knows them by heart, but it's like and then the radius, the ulna, the carotid artery. Okay, and opioids can be counteracted. Okay. Yeah, I was using them to try to like hold on to reality.
Let's have a roll with advantage then.
Doing the old memorization that she had to do for med school. Okay, good. Finally, all that memorization is helping.
Nice.
That is
Nice.
that works with a complication. Um, yeah, I think you're able to hold it together, both with the focus and whatnot.
Yeah, my eyes are open.
But I think you might take a condition regular at the opium den.
Yay.
That's yeah.
Better than being
Yeah.
constipated at the opium den.
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is that cool?
Yeah, addiction. That's fair. I'm addicted to love.
You're gonna have to face it.
Cool. So yeah, great. Benjamin will lead you down to the basement then. So Gareth, after your escapade,
I've had a lot of sex in the afternoon in this game.
I
He's a morning
know.
afternoon
No
sex
nighttime
guy.
sex.
Apparently.
Yeah.
night is a busy time.
It is. We're busy at night. Gotta get it on during the day when you're free.
And it's less dangerous.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, what are you most afraid is going to happen if you have sex at night?
I tried kissing someone at nighttime once.
Oh,
Do not
no.
recommend
And
it.
she got murdered.
She got murdered.
in
So.
front of you.
I've learned from
And then the
Paloma.
other time I got locked in a closet. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just keep your amorous feelings to the daylight.
Yeah, that's why I got it out of the way now.
Yeah, so what's Garrett's next move?
I think now that I've got my powder puff back, finally,
What was
I would
the-
my plan was to go here, take care of that, and then meet up with Francis. And,
So you found us.
Coming down to the opium den.
We're crawling across the basement floor.
go look for some clues.
I'm still moving.
Cool.
I'm
So I
not
think-
asleep.
they make it down to the basement just as you're showing up, and Benjamin kind of like takes you to a back room, and it is cool, but not like it's not a freezer or anything. It's just a cool, dry place, which is it's important because this is a sort of duck water area. There's a cool canal and basin and stuff. It's Canal Dock, which is the location. And so he shows you a looks almost like a root cellar, and but the only things in it are three like wooden benches, kind of like a little bit more than pallets, with three figures with sheets, dirty white sheets draped over them.
These are the victims, I suppose.
Are we
Yeah.
also in this room, Paloma? and
Yes.
Prince?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You two primarily, and then Gareth can show up whenever you want, or you can be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a good time to show up. I'm here for
Yeah.
the festivities.
Garrett!
Absinthe for
Garrett.
everyone.
Yay!
Oh.
Don't know how that mixes with opium, but you're welcome to find out. We found any clues?
I think Francis starts
I found a
recounting
tooth.
all of the little details of the conversation that he had with Jenny, like all of the little like tangents and stuff.
Paloma's like showing you the tooth by like putting it in her
Oh
mouth.
my!
I got a tooth. Yeah, tastes bad.
Yeah, it's probably not hygienic. Yes,
Mm,
you can't become a vampire that way, can you?
I don't
I
know.
was
We're gonna
just
find
gonna
out.
ask. Yeah, you said there was a little bit of flesh left on the tooth.
She
Oh,
did say
no.
that. I remember that.
I'm just gonna note that for later.
Oh no.
That's not how vampires are made. If I drink a vampire's blood,
So
then I
bodies
become a backwards vampire.
are available.
Well, let's look at these bodies.
We do have a lot
Ben-
of
Benjamin.
title on dental horror.
I think it's time for an
Oh, yeah.
information
Benjamin-
gathering move.
Sorry.
Benjamin excuses himself while you
I think that was my line.
closes the door.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
Benjamin doesn't want to look at the bodies with us.
he is not interested. No.
Bodies.
Bye, Betty.
Party pooper.
That's fine.
No, Ben's great.
You know, so it's 3 bodies, 3 of us. Here's the thing. Each of us has our own set of eyes. We see things differently. I think we should each look at a body
of
and then
us.
rotate.
Has training.
Is it me?
This is true.
Is it me?
But that's
It's
why
you,
I'm saying
Francis.
we each look at one of the bodies and then we all rotate until eventually we've all 3 looked at all 3 bodies.
So how do I
Okay.
end up seeing? Francis is very confused by the
And then we're
math.
gonna compare notes, and
Yes.
and then we'll see who does the best.
Because you have the trained eye, we have the untrained eyes, which could see things perhaps you overlook in your
It's
training.
true.
Where do I go?
Francis, go investigate. Go
Francis, you
examine
pick first.
that body.
Pick the body you want
Okay.
first.
Pick your body.
Wanders off, picks the body in the center, and
Yeah,
Kind of.
let's have Francis pull the sheet back.
yeah.
And who does it reveal? Let's see.
Mrs.
hey,
Willoughby.
You get the sailor, Zhao Donghai.
Okay.
He is in a he's still in his uniform. It's kind of like the blue and white. It is quite dirty because he was found outside the pub. There's no blood or anything, but he is extremely pale. His skin is just like cold and gray. How are you investigating the body?
Hopefully not with reason. Oh man, I hate to
Shut it up.
Is there any I can't really use presence to.
What about the
No.
aesthetics of the body?
I can't really use vitality, right?
Over the top
Probably
experience.
not.
Oh man.
If you do something gross, you can make a case for composure.
Oh man. Yeah, that would get me an extra point, I guess.
And you can always
What
use an item
cost?
for.
So yeah. My items available at this point are the money clip, a police badge, and the crank bar with permanent fish oil on it. So don't really.
Self-lubricating.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, if anyone has any hits here, I'm just kind of.
Are we allowed to give people items?
Sure.
Well, I don't know what I have that's super useful.
Oh,
I guess what would Francis's approach to just investigating a vampire victim be?
oh yeah, that's a better way to put it, because
I say really critiquing his fashion.
Oh, that is an exceptionally good idea. Yeah, so he knows. So yeah, his first hits are on the sailor's uniform.
Mhm.
Oh God, would it be too much if he recognizes it as not a real military sailor's uniform,
Ooh, maybe.
but it is what he refers to as a pleasure uniform?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes, I love that.
Yes, so this is the sort of sailor you'd find more at the Society Obscura. How do I explain this? You remember about the hornpipe where you pretend to be a sailor so you can dance and do moves like a sailor?
Yeah, I remember Imagination Time. We talked about it.
Sometimes when people are in the pleasures of the flesh, they also imitate
Garrett. Just
that they are.
Like I just was moments ago.
God, I smelled it on you.
Oh God.
Brimstone
ghost-
semen. Yeah.
Jism on you.
That was the second part of the baptism.
Ectoplasm, absinthe, and semen. Well, I'm just saying that there are brothels in the area that serve a certain sort of fantasy about sailors and being stuck at sea with your fellow man.
Oh,
Hmm.
it's exciting.
or being rescued from pirates. That's another common one. He's just like going down a list of ever more elaborate sailor fantasies.
Oh, and then there's the one that
Plundering booty.
But this particular costume is more of a rough and mean sailor. So this is not the hero of the story who is gallantly
court
saved.
martial.
Yes, this is the one who is trouble. Is the vibrations one senses off of his particular sartorial choices.
That's delightful. I think let's have you do an investigation roll with reason, but with advantage, because that's awesome.
Very kind of you.
We tried to get around reason.
Oh man, I'm trying my best. Okay, so I'm rolling 3d6.
3 dice, top 2, -1.
And then
-1. Ouch. What did I do?
rolling that. That is a 7 -1. So that is
a 6. Yeah, I think as you're sort of describing and pointing out the stitching on the collar, as you can tell, it's a tailored costume instead of a actual naval costume. The hand shoots up and just plunges through your chest.
Whoa!
And pulls your heart out.
Oh well, that's the end of Francis.
Bye, Francis.
Eyes burning, and advances on the others.
Okay, so nothing too bad.
Let's just keep going with
normal.
that.
Let's see who gets next.
Would you like to use a mask?
Don't do it. Don't do it, you wussy. I'm kidding.
Could I try
We can
the
get through
mask
this.
of the sun?
You sure can, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So, Mask of the Sun. Each hunter narrates a dream they once had of primordial Earth, back in time across the ancient seas, back in time when the spirits walked, when the sun was new, when the old gods held court. So each of you tell us a dream about that.
Take a look at that again.
And I'll paste that into the
Thank you.
section of the threats.
Oof.
Mask of the Sun.
Oh, which one was, and where did that one come from?
Oh, that's from the
Limehouse Lurker.
That's from the.
Yeah, and there's no other effects. It's just that.
Okay. Let's see. I think Francis is having a dream that is starting in what, oh God, I want him to have a dream that starts out in the fragrant void. Though he doesn't remember this, right? Because I think he masked his way out of it before. It's a dream of that creature that we saw in the fragrant void, I think, creating the earth. It's this giant tentacle thing whipping around, and you see it's sweeping across, and in the foreground you start to see the forms of mountains kind of swirling like particle effect into shape. The camera kind of zooms back, and you see more and more details of this landscape, and further back and back and back, and then you see a just unimaginably massive version of the monster fashioning a globe, and then at the last second sweeps forward, and it goes through a boundary. The earth goes through a boundary and vanishes from the void.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
cool.
Francis wakes up.
Yeah, I think Paloma's dream picks up from there. On the surface of this,
we never compared notes about this.
Shapeless, formless earth, there appear forms and formlessnesses that are beyond geometric comprehension, things that have not yet decided what shape they will take. But what we do know about these shapes is that they are hostile and they do not care for any morals. So you see them eating one another and devouring the land and starting to wreck things. And there's just, it's less of actual plot that Paloma can watch and more of just incomprehensible mathematics and a sense of dread that this is just the beginning of something very terrible.
Gareth once, when he had just found Sean and was nursing him back to health, he fell asleep one night and he started having a dream. And it was from the point of view of flight. And he thought, oh, I must be dreaming from Sean's perspective. But then he realized he saw this creature flying toward what looked like a cave. Then he realized it wasn't built into anything. So it was almost just like the black entrance to a cave, but there was no surrounding rock or mountains or anything, just like a black archway out of which many dark figures were pouring. And that's when the flying creature looked to its left and right and was surrounded by many other flying creatures of its type. And they were not crows. They were some kind of almost pterodactyl-like, not pterodactyls, but a prehistoric looking, slightly supernatural looking creatures who then flew towards these black entities, attacking them as they came out until finally they had stemmed the tide and they'd killed all the ones that had come through, and then together managed to close the black portal, and by attacking it until it reduced into a tiny black ball, which eventually then one consumed and became a huge black version of these creatures.
Yes.
And then I woke up.
Zoom out, we see Sean as the creature.
Sweet. This seems like a good time to take a break.
Yay, take a break.
We'll do like 5.
Sounds good.
Cool. See you in 5.
It's a $4,000 computer keyboard. That would have been ridiculous.
I was like,
Yes.
you know what? I'm not going to judge. I bet it's a really good keyboard. And then I saw your picture and
It's
I was like,
made of gold.
oh, that makes way more sense why you need to sign for that. I think because I was so fixated on my own key that I was having to replace.
Although I have seen some pretty ridiculously expensive computer keyboards, but more like in the several $100 range.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why?
Because it makes the good clicky clacky sounds.
Yeah, but I've got a good clicky clacky one. It was near.
I don't want those sounds.
It's more the feel I want than the sound. It feels good.
I want a silent purring keyboard.
That's just a cat.
Oh, well, that's what I want.
If I could get one that felt this way without the sound, that would be fine. I don't need the sound. I just like the feel.
What kind of keyboard is it?
The keyboard, like keyboard nerds, I know, like there's like different color switches you can get that like,
Mhm.
oh, it's like it's a little bit more clicky but
Yep.
quieter, and this one's softer but it makes more note. Like there's like 12 different like flavors you can get
Oh yeah,
and
it's crazy.
install on. Yeah, it's
What'd you say, Peter?
Oh, I was asking what kind of keyboard you had.
Computer keyboard?
Yeah, sorry.
What did I get? At one point I got a Phantom RGB keyboard. And look, it cycles different colors.
yeah.
It just slowly
It goes-
breathes through the colors.
Stare at it.
I was looking
Cool.
at that one.
Yeah, one time I was teaching a virtual Python class and I had a keyboard nerd in my class. And he was like, oh, what kind of keyboard do you got? And I was like, this is normal. I just type very loudly. He was like trying to guess what keyboard I had. And I was like,
Oh,
it is a MacBook Pro keyboard that came with it. Just real loud. I type very vigorously.
I like it. It feels very solid. It's nice.
my choices are limited because I'm very picky about having the fancy ergonomic.
Oh yeah, that's real limited. And then at some point long ago, I eschewed the numpad because I don't use it that much. And I kind of miss it, but if I have one with a numpad, then back when I used a mouse, it was especially because it's like my mouse would be too far over and then I'd get hitting the keyboard. Yeah. Probably not as much of an issue now. I use a trackball, but I still I like where my trackball is. If I had to move it over a little more, it'd be slightly more annoying.
Yeah, one of the which one.
We proved that Sean created the universe.
We
the
did.
Ducky 1, 2,
I knew
that's
it.
what I was looking at. Ducky 1, 2 TKL with LEDs. They're out of stock. But anyway, so you're investigating this body, and it's fine. It's a little bit squishy, and you do find a clue. So you're rummaging around, talking about the fabric, and like flipping it open, flipping this open, and you feel something sort of underneath his undershirt. It's a
nipple.
There are two nipples, but there's also a Bible. There's a Bible, and it looks like some pages are torn out. And upon further investigation, there, the story of Noah and the Ark, that those pages are ripped out.
And they're bookmarked with more nipples.
The other thing that is ripped out, as you further investigate, is all of the entrails leading into his under rib diaphragm area. It's just torn out completely, as if something was going at the heart from underneath. And in your situation right now, this is a little bit too much for you to handle. And
do I swoon? Please tell me I swoon.
Yes.
Does that mean vomit?
Do you get the vapors?
You do take a condition, and I think you're just retching. This is between the opium and the disembowelment. You're
fair.
Unable to handle this.
Just
Yeah.
constantly vomiting.
Yeah, just oh.
Oh man, if he hurls, I'm gonna hurl.
Cool, but you did find a clue. It's a Bible with Noah ripped out.
Good job.
I did it.
Good job, Francis. Attaboy,
Yeah,
attaboy. Oh,
Well,
yeah,
he's
let it out,
busy
let it
with
out.
that. Who wants to look at another body?
That
I'll
was
go.
our first one.
I'll go next. We'll leave the expert for last.
Cool.
Holding
You
up
pull
to-
back thing, and you are greeted by the thin, pale visage of Soft Jimmy,
Soft Jimmy.
the
Appropriate.
prostitute who was found in a dark corner of the opium den. So he was actually found inside the
Oh,
den.
Oh my.
And he is dressed. He's got diaphanous little what do you call them, like little scarves, but he's very easily dressed, and it looks like he was the first one that was found, and he was just brought straight down here in his work clothes. How are you investigating?
First, I'm looking for the bite marks.
They are on the neck.
Oh, on the neck.
How? It's a kid. I thought I said
How
that
did they get up
the
there?
bite marks were too low.
Right? Exactly. I thought
Blocking
they were
my
all
offer
lower.
mark.
mystery deepens.
As you search
There's two
further,
vampires.
there are also claw marks, as if
Clawed
someone
his
was
way
trying
up.
to bay the cat.
Climbed him
there
like
are
a tree.
they-
Bit him.
and there are bite marks on his thigh, like his inner thigh, like where
Femoral
the
artery.
artery is. Yeah. But then, like, whoever he was probably reclining at the moment, and whatever
Like a
whoever,
fledgling vampire, like
he
jumps
just,
on
like,
you.
worked his way up. Not super neat. I think that's enough to make a roll with. Let's go with he's also kind of gross, so let's go with composure.
Oh no.
Damning bodies is gross.
Yeah, y'all,
Okay.
this is not your business. This is Paloma's deal.
Chicken. I don't think.
I love gross stuff.
I don't think
Oh, too bad you didn't get the hands and the guts.
Oh no.
Shit! I've been missing hands in the guts the last 2 times. This would have been.
in the
Do
guts.
you want to switch it? Neither of them are checked. If you want to
I did romance.
retcon that. Did you do romance?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I was
Yeah, check
flirting.
it off.
That is very romantic.
Yeah, if you want to switch out the one for guts, since you haven't done it before. I'm okay
Yeah.
with
I think that's. Thank
that.
you.
Is everyone cool with that?
Okay.
Yes, everyone is cool with that.
All right.
Yes, they are.
Here comes my composure roll. What happens? Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
Oh no, Gareth. All
It's a
that-
vomit party.
You've had a big
Hmm.
day already.
Cosmic passage.
Much absinthe.
Yeah, let's see. What terrible thing's gonna happen here?
No, nothing terrible. These are my friends.
Good times.
See how they glisten. Yeah, you actually recognize Soft Jimmy, not by name, but you realize he used to work at the Crow's Nests.
Damn it.
And this throws you quite badly. And you were just, I think you're like a little vertiginous with guilt about it. So if he hadn't walked from the Crow's Nest, he wouldn't have wound up here and gotten killed by a vampire. Yeah, condition racked with guilt, I think.
I'm wrecked.
And
Wrecked with guilt.
Oh,
no. Shit.
and the other thing that happens is that as you're kind of inspecting him and pulling back, the skin where not where the bites are, but where the scratches are, just sort of like starts to open up and slough off a little bit. It's not.
Paloma raises an eyebrow.
It's not bloody because all the blood is gone. It's almost like a pod being shed. So it's just like dry, husky skin sort of crumbling, and the body begins to quickly just fall apart under your touch.
I ruined it.
We're doing great, Paloma.
You ruined
Oh my
something, Jimmy.
gosh.
I don't think anyone else is gonna get the chance to examine this one, sadly.
Oh, so you didn't follow the. Okay. We'll do
I-
training again next time we're near. We have a fresh corpse at the.
I thought I
archive
did
house.
it right.
Oh, more training.
It's fine. Forensics is a very delicate
Testing.
art, and it takes a few. You have to get a few reps in. It's really quite all right. I couldn't do what you do.
At least I didn't vomit.
And it is okay if you do vomit.
At the mention of all of this
It's like
vomiting,
the-
vomit a little bit.
Do you remember
It is
the
perfectly
opening
acceptable.
of the TV show Quincy, where they're like training forensic scientists or something, and there's just a line of them, and he pulls back the sheet on a corpse, and they all sort of like start throwing up and falling down, except for the one who becomes his like sidekick.
Oh,
A brief moment in a very old show.
a very old, very specific show.
Very specific show. Cool. Paloma is on the job. She is
All right.
being
It's gonna be
at,
really embarrassing if I don't
this
do
is-
well.
this is the body of Charla Bell. She's a young mother who was found in an alleyway behind the
Ah,
Limehouse,
why'd you give me the mother?
behind the Limehouse School.
It's like you
'Cause you
chose
went
these
last.
for us.
Literally rolled randomly.
Oh, you rolled it. But we each got ones that made very sense for our
That's right.
personalities.
Fate.
How is Paloma going about
Just
investigating this body?
Just gonna charm it and hit it. No. What can I do with this 10-gallon cowboy hat?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What can't you
Ectoplasm?
do?
What can't you do? Polly is wearing that hat soon.
Yes, that's more of a Polly thing to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it suits Polly better. She has both of her eyes.
Yes.
Don't want to like
Just-
put a glass eye where her eye is.
Just missing all her blood.
Just missing all her blood. Ectoplasm. Oh, could we do like a PET scan with ectoplasm?
Sure. What does it look like?
Well, it's a simple procedure, really. You make an incision, put some ectoplasm in, and then you can see if the blood has been if the circulation of the blood has changed in a significant way. According to vampires, as everybody knows, tend to have different ways of. Everyone thinks that they are like leeches and mosquitoes, where they keep the coagulating factors from coming, but actually they're just quite quick about it. But younger vampires often kind of sloppy about it, and sometimes they can disorient the arteries. So if this was indeed this young vampire, we would see evidence of that by the flow of the ectoplasm. Can I stop now?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Please let me stop.
Cool. So mark off your jar of ectoplasm, and let's make a reason roll with advantage.
Yes.
Make an ecto roll.
I forgot I get stuff all the time, so I should use my things. And everyone else should use my things too, because I just dig them up out of the ground. I farm them.
Yeah.
I forgot that's a thing I do well.
You're a thing farmer.
Thing farmer. Grave robber. Okay, with advantage.
That's Think farmer.
And
3 dice, top 2 plus 2.
PET scan. Just a simple procedure, really.
ECT scan.
Nice.
As a 3 plus 3 plus 2. So
Oh, no.
8.
Wow, good thing I had any of those things going on.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been a mess.
Well, luckily I knew what I was doing.
Just
Sometimes you
barely.
get sometimes you do these things so often you just kind of forget to be careful.
Yeah, we burned all our really good dice.
Yeah.
on the previous list.
I did
Could
have
use
something
well.
like 4 or 5 amazing rolls in a row, if not more.
Yeah,
True.
it's just like you eat a sausage. Oh God, a natural 2.
Everything's out.
It
Yeah.
murders
Last
you.
time we rolled for the fish man and it was like 11.
Yeah.
So I used mine up too.
Cool. So I think the ectoplasm starts flowing into the body. You can kind of see it glowing and moving around. And the strange thing is that it kind of drains out the back of her and falls to the ground.
Yes. Poop clue.
And as it hits the ground, it
Ectopoop.
begins losing its luminescence. But when you look down, you see actually there's a rather not huge but significant pool of half coagulated blood beneath her on the floor, and there's a little depression there when it has collected. It seems like perhaps she wasn't entirely exsanguinated, because a lot of it has fallen out her backside, not her asshole, but
No, that's how we're taking it.
No.
I heard what I heard.
the body
It is
has
canon
been
now.
like the other ones, has been pretty savaged, and there are
This baby needs
plenty
a
of-
mother.
plenty of openings for blood to fall out front and back.
It makes it even weirder that it all came out the asshole like that.
Yeah, really, so many other opportunities, but blood once with blood once.
Cool.
So my
Three clues
my
so
clue is
far.
the blood puddle.
Yeah, the clue is the big,
Okay,
a
I was
pool
hoping
of
you would have to make like a toy boat come out of her or something.
pool of half coagulated blood in a dark subterranean place.
All right, forensics done. Good job, everyone. We're gonna get. We'll definitely practice some more in the future, but I think like we should let these bodies be.
No, let's keep examining them until they're all ruined.
And
pretty
Paloma,
close to that.
as you like sort of crouch down and look at the blood, maybe like take a fingerful to see what the consistency is, you can actually like your own heartbeat starts getting like louder and louder in your ears.
Oh, quite resonant. Does anyone else feel their heart change if they touch this blood?
The beat of the drum.
When I touch this blood, it makes my heart beat faster.
And louder
And it sounds
ears.
strange.
And this is the
Does anyone
blood, the
else wanna
coagulated
try
puddle on the
it?
floor, you mean?
Try this puddle here.
I'm game.
Yeah. Both of us try it.
All right, everyone try some.
No, you don't notice anything different.
I think
Yeah.
the heart thing may be more due to Jenny from upstairs.
Oh.
And then he laughs at his own joke, and he's just like, he's whispering it to you, like in his, because he's so.
I feel
don't know.
nothing but a cold, wet finger.
All right. Okay. Yeah. It could be just the
Nerves.
nerves.
Do we want to try and hit the first question for the Limehouse Lurker? We have 3 clues, and it's a complexity 4.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
We
Well,
might.
you wanna
We'll
Do
probably
it
end
at
up
a
with complications.
disadvantage? Oh my
Hmm?
God, Peter's feeling crazy.
Yeah. Let's get rid.
At a -1. I don't think that. So it's going to be like there's a complication, but we'll solve it most likely.
Maybe.
Yeah. What we could take some complications. It's never really hurt us before that we remember.
Nothing bad can happen here. So we have the small canine tooth, the Bible. Oh, the Bible's going to be hard to do anything with.
No Noah Bible.
Yeah.
Canine tooth. blood. And we want to answer.
Is it young or
question.
old? And for story purposes, I think we wanted it to be young.
Oh, what was you asked me earlier if it was young or old. Was that just?
That is the first question: is the vampire young or old? But you know, as a learned person, that young vampires tend to be like more scared and vicious and brutal and sloppy, whereas older vampires tend to be more methodical and.
But we haven't actually
Calculating.
answered that question.
No, you haven't.
So no one trusts my scientific authority, is what I'm hearing.
Oh no.
Is it because I'm a woman?
I mean, we can get one more clue from somewhere.
Okay. That's true. We have the body.
Disadvantage. Poke the body one more time.
I have a feeling something bad will happen to me if I do that.
Yeah, I think we should get Francis away from these bodies.
Is there anything physical I could do here? I mean, not to min-max it too badly.
Destroy the evidence.
I mean, not that it'll probably help with the bodies.
No.
You do what you like, though.
Oh God.
I could perform a ritual.
You could perform a
Speak with the
ritual.
dead.
Oh, do you also have the old bones move?
Nope, because I lost cosmic.
You don't have your
Passage.
cosmic passage. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never
But
mind.
if someone wanted to mark the cosmic passage, they could get access to it.
Yeah, why not? We could do a ritual.
Ritual. Oh
Tell
yeah.
me
if you
about your
could-
ritual.
Or should we offer a ritual to Jenny to protect against vampires?
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Because Paloma would like to talk to Jenny again.
Okay, so it's a ritual that has to involve Jenny. Will this get us a clue, or no? This will just.
I don't know or care.
Yeah.
Polly is gonna wear his hat.
We'll discover what powers the hat has.
The hat powers.
So Benjamin was waiting outside the door,
Oh,
and
he's
so
heard
here's just
some
a-
things.
yeah, he's heard something, but he's like, I can lead you back up whenever you're ready. And he does not look in the room. He's very uninterested in
I would
seeing dead
recommend
bodies.
against it.
Yeah.
We'll
Benjamin's the
send
same one
Lloyd in
that-
later to clean up
Benjamin's the same one that brought you your coffee earlier.
when we were wasted.
It's like,
Yeah,
you-
maybe I offered a Jenny Lloyd. Like, I've got a guy that could come help clean some things
Take
up.
care of bodies.
That's my body guy.
We're just accumulating them off into Omega clips.
Really don't know where he puts them, but it's best not to ask.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be late afternoon and more people are kind of stumbling
no.
in. So yeah, it probably takes a minute to find Jenny, but you can. She's bustling around tending to people.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to?
Can I do a quick information? Would it be okay if I did an information move of just like, oh, I'm trying to make sure that this is presence and not reason.
Yeah, because
you know,
more people are coming in.
yeah, or just asking her if she's, yeah, like, you know, of course, Jenny, that you can talk to us about it, or talk to me certainly about anything, and it will be completely private. If
Oh, of course, yes.
anything unusual has happened, doesn't matter how small, anything at all.
I mean, the vampires seem to be unusual
Exactly.
to me.
And sometimes we get distracted by the big weird, and he's babbling a little bit on account of all of the opium. And sometimes it blinds us to the little details that seem out of place. Like I was just talking to Whistly the other day. Oh, not important.
And
So,
she's
yeah, I
like looking at you very patiently, but
Yeah.
there are, yes. And kind of like keep flicking your eyes over at Paloma while you're talking.
Oh, okay. I'm completely willing to make that just a failed information move. That just,
I don't think she really has a lot more information past what she's got, but there are other people here.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Someone at the Camera Obscura place, the Society Obscura, someone was looking in the front window and saw someone wearing a golden sun mask.
oh yeah. I
Do
think
you remember who that was?
that might have been Paloma, who was trying to voyeur into the window of the Society Obscura.
Yeah, Paloma, I mean, it might be a coincidence, but you swear you see someone wearing that same mask here.
I'm time traveling.
And he is just casually reclining on some pillows. He's got like gold and yellow silk pajamas and smoking jacket, and he's got this like crazy gold mask of the sun, and just like takes his opium pipe underneath it and is chatting with someone else nearby, some nondescript gentleman who is relatively nicely dressed. I think he's in the pseudo VIP section that has not been un-VIP'd yet. But it like, after looking at it for a moment, you definitely see like that is the guy that was at the Society Obscura.
Amaterasu. Sorry, I was trying to remember the Japanese Shinto sun goddess.
Oh,
Is that Amaterasu mask they had at the society? Francis, that might be someone you know
oh,
in your society Obscura.
oh! Should I go over and say hello?
Yeah, and as she mentions it, you're sure you saw him in passing at some point.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
take a swig of absinthe first to get rid of the vomit breath.
Oh no. Yeah, he does so.
Oh yes, sorry.
I'm going to be
Francis, we should
doing
take
just
better
about
care of you.
everything at disadvantage for a while.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do I have anything I can help with? Oh, I can only help
and-
you at nighttime or at the house.
Jenny takes Paloma's hand and says, help me with these gentlemen over here. They're very
Okay.
they're a little bit needy. If you could just hold this for me. And she gives you some stuff that she's like bringing over. Like, they're very special customers. That's just follow my lead. Francis and Gareth, while she's been let off, what are y'all doing?
Oh God. I think Francis goes over to talk to the sun god.
Okay. What does the like boundary between the normal part of the opium house and the VIP section look like?
Oh man. I feel like it's primarily a change in decor. Like everything is dimly lit, but everything is much more sumptuous in the VIP area. And
Double
you see
sumptuous.
like silks hung on the walls. The furniture is much more thickly upholstered. There's a thick carpet along the floor that, whereas the rest of the structure or the rest of the floor is hardwood. Yeah, and I think the gas lights are even a little more. They're the same level of brightness, but they're a little yellower and warmer.
Yeah, and this guy is he's actually sitting on a overstuffed upholstered bench, whereas most people are kind of like hanging out on pillows and whatnot.
Yeah.
And someone who is dressed dressed rather nicely. You may he seems kind of familiar, maybe a businessman or something, but he kind of like goes to shake his hand or thank him or congratulate him something, and when he sees you approaching, like looks away and goes to sit back down at the other side of the room, and seems very interested in his pipe.
Oh, okay. So Sun God does not want to talk to me.
Oh, it's the other guy. The sun guy is just casually lounging there.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, the mask kind of like just turns to you as he sees you looking at him.
Yeah, and I think Francis doesn't register as creepy in any way that it should be. He's just kind of like, oh, someone is looking at me. And then troops up and says, oh, always good to see a fellow society man in an unfamiliar place. Or no, not an unfamiliar place, but out in the wild. Is this your first time here? I can show you around. For a fellow society man, you deserve the best.
we tend to not speak of the society outside of its doors.
Oh, of course.
But you do wear its costumes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, is Paloma?
Sorry,
no,
Paloma's not there. I'll
Yeah.
go be good.
Of course. We should come up with a code phrase. The fancy party place.
You appear to be a newer member.
Here? No. I've been a regular at Jenny's place for years now. It's
Of the society.
oh, right. Yes. Yes, of course. I had a lovely time. I came to do some investigating, but stayed for absolutely everything else.
He reaches out and he sort of puts his back of his hand on your forehead as if he's taking your temperature, and then just kind of goes,
I think Francis tentatively
leans
reaches
back
out
and-
to do the same.
yeah, it's a cold metal mask. It is
Metal
actual
mask.
metal. Yeah. It may be real gold. You're not sure.
I
Might
think
be a
Francis,
bad choice.
yeah, Francis takes back his hand. Is like, is that real gold? Very impressive.
Those of my station are not impressed by expensive things, but I decided this would be appropriate to conceal my identity.
Oh, we all have our indulgences, do we not?
I understand that you have your own odd indulgences.
Oh, where do we start? I mean, well, here, obviously.
You've seen the creation of the world, have you not?
He just stares back and blinks like he's not connecting the dots on this.
The world beyond this one?
That's
The one that is
so-
like ours but ancient.
I should introduce you to Gareth. Where was Gareth? Because he talks like this all the time. You two would get on famously.
I know what you have seen in your dreams,
Oh, my dreams.
the other
And
lives
then
you
he's
have
just
lived.
going back through. You can kind of see he's going through a long Rolodex of widely varying things.
The one where my
I
teeth fall
have
out.
Yeah.
I've seen your life and your death
Oh dear,
over and over,
that must be unpleasant. Well, I mean the death part.
for you perhaps.
Oh, well, I doubt it's really delightful for anyone. Oh God. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what Francis, he doesn't really want anything from this interaction, so it's just. Yes, well, you continue to talk like Gareth, I tell you. Prophecies are very much his thing.
I'd be most interested in meeting your friend.
How do you feel about dark rituals and
I-
entities?
Tend to be more on the side of the light.
Oh, needs must as the devil drives. So Gareth.
yes, Francis.
I've met this gentleman here. I do not know his name, but I know he goes to the fancy party place, and also
the
that
mask
he has a keen interest in the world. But I'm going to get it wrong. I'm so sorry. The world beyond this one, the world that exists in dreams. He says, and I said, that sounds exactly like my friend Gareth here. You should meet him. And he
It's
said,
true.
I'd
I
like to meet
practically
him.
have a foot in both worlds
Ah,
constantly.
see.
And he leans forward and puts the forehead of the sun mask on your forehead.
Why the mask? Because your face burned by acid or something when you were a child?
Are we supposed to?
No, I am a very prominent and important person, and I do not wish to be recognized.
At this place, you mean? It's like an opium den?
Or just
Anywhere.
Oh, anyway.
oh.
Ooh,
My
Wow.
intriguing.
official duties require discretion.
Okay, are you famous for entertainment or?
Oh, I love this game.
The royal family would be much displeased were I to show my face in public.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
I love
Royal-
the idea of just not getting clues from this guy, but definitely fucking with him.
Being part of the royal family is almost like being imprisoned in a way, I suppose.
Mm.
That is why I have imprisoned myself behind this mask.
So that you may be free in other ways.
Exactly, you understand. As I can sense the scent of darkness upon you even as we speak.
Mm.
Me?
Sure, it's not just the absinthe. Would you like some?
No,
Can you drink through that? You need a sippy straw or something.
I am content with the opium.
It's so good here. Am I right?
Nothing
So
like a bit
you-
of Gareth
he-
and Francis
he-
to knock
like
a
his-
serious guy
he's got
down.
the
okay.
sort of blank mask thing a little bit, and he like turns just slightly, so it's like very
I think
physical
Francis
looking, and
mirrors
almost
it.
it almost seems as if the expression on the mask changes, although
Right.
that's impossible.
Yes, of course.
And you can see his eyes behind the mask,
Oh no.
looking at Gareth, and he says, you have been to the void. You have traveled in the void
It
of
is
the
true.
world where the sun is new and the old spirits and old gods play and make war with each other. I have also seen it with these eyes. It is magnificent and terrible and bloody and every other awful, wonderful thing that you can imagine.
Did
Why
you see the large tentacled creature?
did you leave?
Well, it was my first trip there, and I felt myself in imminent danger from a very large and tentacled creature. And
There are many who would give their very souls to trade places with you, to live there in agony and ecstasy.
New business opportunity.
Is this a multi-level marketing ploy?
How much would they pay to go to the?
Put that in the brothel.
And
Well-
oh yeah, he says, what's the name? Where's the names? The names.
If you can only get 10 followers under you, then you too.
Then you go to the
Oh.
void.
It's a shame that Portia has lost her key to the door.
Oh, Portia from the fancy party place.
How has she lost her key to the door, as you say?
You must know as you have traveled there.
Is this that door that I ran through by accident? If so, I am dearly sorry. God, I'm sorry. I'm just...
You must know that the camera is the door to the void.
Oh.
Suspicion
Oh.
of something. So
She
Portia
has sent-
is no longer in possession of the camera. Is that what you're saying?
No.
That's not what you're saying? Or no, she's not in possession of the camera?
Portia's no longer in possession of the camera.
All right. Just want to be clear.
I'm so confused now.
Well, that's... I think that's unfortunate. It depends on, I suppose,
Francis
who
is
is
just
in...
smiling, blinking
do-
incomprehension at this.
Do you know
point.
who is in possession of the camera now? And is this...
Are you familiar with Theodora Braithwaite?
I don't remember, our characters, are we familiar with her?
I think
May not.
only who met her when she
Was
bought
that
St.
the-
James
At
Place.
St. James? I think that was
Yeah.
Francis. it rings a bell.
Oh yeah, because he almost thralled her.
Oh, I remember her. Fabulous lady. Very friendly.
Yes, fabulous and dangerous,
Hmm.
Ooh.
And
I
she
should
now
talk
has
to
the
her.
camera.
indeed.
You know, the camera was one of the mysteries we were trying to solve as to what had happened to all those people.
Do we know that we're not trying to solve that anymore?
Now you do, I think.
No.
Okay. Oh, so
If only you had been
Maybe we do.
faster. Theodora seems to be one who beats people in races to the unknown.
Well, she
Oh,
sure
like
didn't
that
beat
small
us to
child.
St. James Place
Yes.
and got that one on her.
Ah, does she not own St. James Place now?
Well, we cleansed it of any darkness, and
So she has the
Cursed.
building, but not
she may have the building, but it's no longer inhabited by
probably a
ghosts
good
and such.
investment at this point.
Hmm.
Oh, God. We're just
Why are you telling us all this? Are you an ally to us? Are you trying to help us
Because he's
somehow?
part of the place. We have
Yes,
a
yes, yes.
connection.
That's a party club.
You
It's a
asked
party place.
of me, and I simply answered. I have nothing to hide except my face.
Do you know anything about the vampire goings on here? That's what we're currently here investigating.
I saw the poor young man,
Hmm.
Soft Jimmy.
Soft Jimmy.
Yes.
Why don't we have you do a roll?
I just wanted that scene to go on and on. No rolls. Just near misses and oh, that was beautiful.
let's
That
have
was a work
Gareth.
of wonder.
Gareth, roll with presence.
Does
Oh,
that
man.
mean?
I
Does that-
can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can wingman him. That's right.
Yeah.
Wingman.
What were you asking about again? Oh, if you knew anything about the.
The vampire.
Okay. Yeah, this is very silly. I have to use my police badge with a lodge symbol.
Ooh, all right.
And I will say,
Um,
yes, because after all, Gareth is Mr. Arkpenny is here on official business. Oh, sorry.
Cool. Go ahead and roll with presence.
Okay, give me a second here. So that's going to be 2D plus 3.
Mhm.
Okay, one moment. 2D plus 3. Rolling. 8.
8.
Nice.
Perhaps a lie. I think this is this is the lie that he is on official business.
Oh no. Okay, so that's my condition. Or,
I
or it's
don't
just
think this.
just a
Yeah,
complication.
it's just going to be a lie, and I think so. What he's going to say is that I did not observe the act myself, but I've observed Soft Jimmy from close and from afar on several occasions, and I know that one of his failings was that he was always rather unkind to children, ultimately much to his detriment. And as he's saying this, he offers his hand in a handshake to Gareth.
Oh no.
And when you feel him like fiddling around with his fingers in your palm a little bit, and when you
right,
he, again, like the mask sort of tips forward a little bit, and
where
the
can I
almost
get
like
one of
the
those?
expression changes, and he turns. Who said that he was a member of he was on official business with the badge?
I had said that.
He turns to you and says, "I'm so disappointed in you, Master Quinn, to think that you would stoop to fabrication so low."
Whoa.
Yeah, and I think
I have other business to attend to.
Oh
Believe
no.
me.
Yeah, and Francis just looks like a guilty schoolboy at that.
Oh.
What
and
just
he
happened
like,
here?
He just like turns to the side as if he was speaking with, going to start a conversation with someone who was not there. It's like,
Oh, did you not even get to roll then, Keith?
the board has ended the call.
Oh no. So I gave you advantage on nothing.
Oh no, sorry. He got a clue. I gave him a clue. That was the clue.
Oh, okay.
He didn't have to roll for it. I just gave it to
Oh,
him.
okay. Got it.
From that.
Sorry.
Just giving away
okay.
clues.
What was my clue?
Stories of a victim behaving unkindly toward
Right.
children.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Cool. Great. Fucking great.
Yeah, I thought that was skip over the clue part.
Oh, sure.
I was very confused as to what the hell just happened. I want one of those masks, though.
All right. Well, I'll see what I
They're
can
very expensive.
do. We're still having that
They're to
conversation.
die for.
So that's clue number 4.
Yeah.
All
can
right, let's
we
solve this.
get together and solve a little something.
Are you going to do it here? Or, we haven't. Paloma is still occupied.
Oh, yeah.
I'm being led around. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's just kind of like introducing you to a couple of the regular customers. They are responding to various levels of responsiveness, depending on how long they've been there. And eventually, like after everything's sort of taken care of and things seem to have died down on her end, she takes your hand and starts leading you back towards the main room where everyone else is. If you would like to do something, now is the time.
I'm not mad about this. I would like to do some flirting.
Okay, go for it.
I know you're an awful busy lady, as
I wouldn't say awful.
am I. Yeah.
You're not awful either.
But if you ever would like to spend some time together when you're not working, I would be amenable to that.
What are you afraid might happen if she is
Oh.
not interested?
Oh,
Rolling for romance. I'm afraid this will again, like the passing out thing, I think it'll just ruin our chances to get to access this place or her or any of the people that she will just like that she'll say that was like too far, that I was just being friendly.
no.
There's a rule against fraternizing with the guest and blah, 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 blah.
This is going to be a roll with presence.
But I've been so reasonable.
Oh, no.
I waited. I'm less high than I was.
I was really nice. I did you favors.
Oh gosh,
I wonder if I should do.
presents. It's not my.
Yeah, and I don't know if I can get over there to help out. I also realized I'm still retching, so
You're just a really nice guy.
here, I have a money clip that yeah.
Could I give her a glass
and you can also-
eye?
you can also you don't have to have like the baby pram with you or the mausoleum key with you. You can talk about it, or
I was like, yeah, actually, what
you
if
don't
I
have to use
press?
a physical object.
What if I press the mausoleum key into her hand and say, if you ever need a place and a person to talk to?
Oh.
Okay, cool.
Cute graveyard date.
Cute graveyard date. All right, roll with.
I'll use my
advantage then.
mausoleum key for that.
Yeah.
Okay, finally. Figuring out flirting using
Gareth
stuff
is a
I
top
stole
man.
from graves. 11.
11. Oh wait,
Successful flirt.
nope. That is a
7?
7.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot to move my modifier.
Oh no, so you take the top 2 from that. So you got 3. You got 3, a 2, and a 4. So you take the 3 and the floor. So
7.
you're a 7. You're good.
Sorry.
Excellent.
Complicated.
She says that would be very nice. I would love to get to know you better.
Except I'm a vampire.
Be a good complication.
Worth it. Still do it.
Oh, I know. I overheard your friends speaking with the gentleman in the mask.
Weird. We were over here.
Oh, you were moving around,
Oh, okay, yeah.
tossing in and out.
I just figured she had like little pipes in the wall where she could hear everything.
Are you friends with Ms. Braithwaite?
I know Francis has encountered Miss Braithwaite. Friendship may not be exactly the stage we're at.
I heard them talking about her as if they were familiar. Do you know her well?
No?
It's a fascinating story. Did you know that she was not born in London, but she arrived here by being captured by the Royal Navy at the age of 16? She was known as the pirate queen of Barbuda, and the Empire considered her capture to be a significant victory. But instead of being hanged, the Princess Victoria at the time was just enchanted by the stories of her exploits and asked for her freedom, which she was given. And then Ms. Braithwaite became a legitimate businesswoman after that, giving up her life of piracy and freedom to become a true Londoner.
They do seem very similar occupations. Huh.
And as the queen was enchanted by her stories of adventure, I'm enchanted by your stories as well.
Ooh.
And I'd love to hear more about the things you've seen and the things you've done. But more guests have arrived and I must attend to them. And I don't want to keep you any longer than necessary.
Oh, well. Queen, I promise to use my freedom deliciously. Does like a weird, awkward curtsy and leaves. Like
So
a
let me-
pirate flourish.
Let me know if you need me
Still
to
a
do
little
like
high
crazy,
in the-
dark, sexy ritual for you.
I'm doing great by myself, guys. It goes over and just like double high fives Gareth before like kind of stumbling. I held it together for that long.
I think it is still late
So high.
afternoon as you exit, blinking into the sun.
The sunlight.
Maybe we're vampires.
Yeah, you feel like it's very like it's a little bit too hot for the season, and like it's just like throbbing. The sunlight is just throbbing in your eyes.
In
can't catch-
Paloma's eyes, but not.
All of y'all.
Oh, okay.
You're just like,
Have you ever heard of vampirism being airborne? I don't think so, but feeling strange.
Maybe that sun mask had some odd powers.
Let's see. Out of game, should we go back to Hargrave House and try and solve the first question?
Why not?
We would
Yeah,
have-
I figure we like kind of sit and nap in the library.
yeah.
Oh wait,
like
should we? And we could maybe we could also
delicious sound.
help Francis out in the. Hey, Francis, I've got a new tonic I've been trying out for nausea.
Thank you.
We should get you fixed up.
Can you do anything about me being racked with guilt?
I unfortunately am not a psychiatrist.
Is it
If
not
we're all
a,
hanging out drinking absinthe somewhere.
not a mental gauze roll in there?
And there's no disadvantage or advantage on the solve roll. So if you want to, you can do that without worrying about conditions as well.
Oh, okay.
The answer a question move.
Yeah. For the answering, I'm looking at any dice. We have a 58% chance of successfully getting a
Yeah,
solution.
because it's just a straight up roll, right?
Yeah. 1 out of 6 chance of getting it without complications. Sorry, that's more information than anyone needs, but so yeah, if we're okay with that. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
what's the
not?
worst that could happen?
oh
Yeah.
gosh. Oh, it could
Explode.
end up being a servant of the mastermind and we lose all our clues.
Yeah, that feels like the worst. A threat becoming the
Fortunately,
masterminds.
That's already happened. It's not going to happen again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so could we convene in the library then at Hargrave House to hash out all the
Yeah.
4 clues that we've got so far?
Maybe we're having some tea to try to
Yeah.
get our senses back.
Some nettle tea.
And
I mean, to me, everything seems pretty straightforward here.
yeah.
I mean, it does. Look, we have the canine tooth. It's a bit
Tiny.
smaller than normal.
Tiny canine tooth.
A pool of half coagulated blood, as if
the
someone,
body of a child.
as if somehow, the child. If it's a new vampire, perhaps they don't quite have it down quite yet, so he couldn't
really?
drink all the blood, couldn't get it to coagulate or whatever.
obviously, Soft Jimmy was mean to it.
Soft Jimmy was mean towards children. That just leaves the
I did
missing
find
Bible passage.
missing Bible pages though.
Maybe the
story of Noah and the
rainbow.
ark.
Was it a pictorial Bible by chance? No. Okay. Well, that was what I was going to go with.
Oh man.
I don't remember. Did you find those on the body, or where did those?
Oh,
come
I do know that in the book of Noah and the book of Genesis, Noah does some pretty awful things to his own children.
Man, for min-max or for like solve purposes, I want to have this clue to up our chances, but it feels like it could be a really good clue for if it is young, what was the child's home life like? So I'm kind of torn.
Yeah, I'm also checking the safety stuff.
Yeah, but
Sorry, I didn't mean to go there.
We'll have to get 4 more clues before we can do that anyway. So I'm sure we'll have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we don't have to, but we'll
Yeah.
have plenty of other clues to build a story
Got it.
around.
Yeah. And we can
Cool.
keep it kind of for story purposes regardless.
Yeah. So we've got these
Oh, the
two
child could be
explaining.
abandoned. Yeah. Okay. Obviously a young child. And the Bible, maybe it was just random.
Yeah, can we rule it out of being relevant to this question?
Sure.
I think
How?
that's a mechanic we can do.
Yeah. How are you ruling it out?
Oh yeah, then
I have an idea.
Just
if you
use
don't.
as rolling papers, really.
Yeah,
It's a opium.
oh,
den.
like there's a common thing that sailors do.
I mean, it's also a Bible, and probably a vampire wouldn't want to touch it.
Oh, the cross. There's crosses on Bibles. And
yeah.
Noah.
Oh wait. I
Oh,
think
he was also a sailor with the
Yeah.
Noah thing, right?
so. I was gonna say like it. Something I've heard from sailors is that they can't keep the Bible. If it's a story they particularly like, they will tear the pages out to keep them close to their hearts. And it may be that when our poor departed soul, well, except wait, I calculated he's not actually a sailor, so that kind of sucks.
Oh, but maybe that was part of the costume. Yeah.
Right. If he has
Oh.
that fixation, perhaps he keeps those pages in some separate place and then use the Bible
Alternatively-
for defense.
He doesn't want to use those pages in the lascivious activities that he's doing.
I have
because
heard
he
that there
likes
is
those
a
ones.
new brothel law that says you cannot keep an entire Bible in your room
So you must remove some of the pages in order for it to be a
That's why it's called Noah's Law.
Noah's.
Yeah. Oh, I thought
Well,
it was
perhaps he
something
tore
else.
those pages out because he knew of boats and he knew there's no way that you could get 2 of every animal on Earth into an ark. And he was like, this section is bullshit.
So regardless,
Yeah.
it has no bearing
Regardless,
on the child.
nothing to do
We've
with the
explained
child.
it in every way it could be explained.
The point is, there's no explanation that links it to the vampire.
Yeah, what we're saying is it's irrelevant, but we're not sure why.
Excellent.
Oh, man.
Okay. That's a straight up 2d6 roll. Who would like to do it?
Oh,
Who I'm in the most recent role, right? Yeah.
We could roll to roll.
What about
And
Garrett?
also-
You haven't rolled in a while.
Although you can't use advantage or disadvantage on it, you can use a mask to increase the level if you want.
oh, okay.
Oh.
Cosmic passage.
After the roll, you mean?
Yeah.
As someone who has not died, where are the masks?
They're on your character sheet. Lines 44 through 57.
Oh. I've never looked.
If we
That
want
part.
to let fate decide, then I am rolling according to the dice.
Oh, okay.
I just
I
rolled a
was gonna
die.
have you roll since it's been the longest time since you rolled.
I was rolling for 1 to 2 Peter, 3 to 4 Nicole, 5 to 6 me, and I rolled a 6.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so it's just a straight up roll, right?
The
That's what it's-
straight roll.
Straight up
Good one.
now, just gonna roll 2d6 together. Here we go. Oh, hold on a second. Let me do it. And then roll.
So much tension.
Vampire? Question mark?
It's not whether it's a vampire or not.
No.
Oh no!
Thanks.
Ah,
Oh no!
it's not a vampire.
Would you like to use a mask to increase the tier?
I mean, I feel like I probably should. Let me take a look. See it. Let me take a look. See at all the little masks available. I'm trying to remember again, even though I'm really hesitant to knock my reason down by 2. I built it up so hard. But why? What was the second thing? Cosmic
You got
Passage gives me
the,
old bones back. And what was the other thing?
You could have gotten the Voidwalker one, but the camera is no longer active, so that's not a thing anymore.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That would have let you like just go in and out of the void as you want.
oh, is that the only other thing there was?
That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been sweet.
So now we're not even really worried about Cosmic Passage, did?
Yeah, unless you want the old bones.
I mean, if you don't take a mask, then we don't burn the clues and we just hit a complication, right?
Something bad will happen. Yes,
Okay, okay.
We're used to that.
very bad.
Oh, maybe not.
Fuck it. I'm gonna. Well, yeah. Hold on. I was gonna mark another Mask of the Past, but I don't have any marked in Mask of the Future currently. Let's see what my options are. Oh shit! I kind of feel like I should do this.
But it does prevent you from retiring to safety or obscurity. Not that you would anyway. I was just
Yeah, I mean, I sort of feel like I have to take the moss-covered gate.
Yes.
I feel like that's a thing that needs to happen, especially
Oh,
Cobbin,
no.
in light of recent
Cobbin,
developments.
Cobbin.
Oh, no. I mean, oh yes, but oh no.
Oh no.
I'm so
As soon as
excited.
you started
Okay.
training an apprentice, they smelled you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
I
don't like
love
the
it.
competition.
That's why I was like, oh, it's just it fits too well.
Why? Why did they give us masks that fit too well?
We're suckers for narrative.
Exactly.
It's just like a box with a stick and a pile
It's-
of narrative.
It's as if it was foretold.
Oh, a story?
Clunk.
Look, don't mind if I do. Why am I up at this tree now?
I guess this is the next plot development.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean,
oh, good. Now we got a coven after us.
Yeah.
Again, the min-max from me was like, don't do that. But then like, but read it. Come on, just read it.
story.
Just read it. It's just right there. It's
Yeah.
just right there.
That's why I like playing with y'all.
So, as you're like, yes, we did it.
We jump and there's a freeze frame.
You did, and then the credits roll, and then post credits. The coven has arrived in London. They are
Yay.
here in the guise of a group
New
of
friends.
They're here in the guise of a group of fortune tellers and mediums, calling itself the Fellowship of Dreamers. But you know the truth. They are very evil,
Oh,
very powerful,
oh.
and very dangerous. Vessel, you know the only reason the coven would be in London is if they were close to finishing their grand ritual. What will this ritual do when complete, and why must Hargrave House put a stop to it?
How many threats have we saw? Oh no. Why did my brain think of these things? I kind of feel like the ritual would undo everything Hargrave House has done so far in past threats.
Ooh. Yeah. All past threats.
Yep. It's like
Not-
the Ghostbusters thing. Like
Not just yours.
The whole history of Hargrave House.
Yeah, they are unwinding the history of Hargrave House.
the containment unit will be
Undoing all the good it's done.
Yeah, everything we've ever undone gets redone.
Yeah, and
Not
everyone who
Maybell.
came before you.
And yeah,
Or
I mean,
whatever our
Hargrave
ghost's
House.
name is.
Yeah, because one of the first threat that Hargrave House put down was the like grand witch that started the
Oh.
coven.
Yeah. And so
And
you
so
have
they-
to do a rollback
they need
all
to-
the way with that.
Yeah, do a full rollback of the database
Yeah.
to
It's
get
like,
her to get her back.
You're crocheting and you got to undo the whole scarf because you fucked
Yep,
it up.
yep.
Cool. You don't know where the coven is, but you know where they've been. The homes of several prominent members of society, where they were guests before performing seances and tarot card readings at the homeowners' fetes. The addresses are 14 Brompton Road, 6 Boscobel Place, and the Rutland Gardens Estate, which I'll put in the threats sheet.
Oh,
Um,
God.
oh,
now,
boy, oh, there's a lot of stuff in this.
now I went
Wow.
and did it.
Okay. Yikes. All right, that's a good place to stop.
Yeah. The
Not really
end.
not true.
Yikes.
Oh no.
Ooh, and they got a clock. Oh man, it's
Mm.
gonna be a fun time in the old town tonight.
But we did solve the question.
You did solve the question, yes.
Yay.
It is a young vampire.
Done. No consequences.
No consequences.
All good.
So it's gonna gray that one out.
Oh my God.
Fuck me and my storytelling brain.
No, no,
Love
this is great. This is great.
No, it's perfect. It's
Cool.
what
So
we
your
needed.
next question for this is, if it is young, what was the child's home life like before they returned?
It was fun.
Which we will
It's
talk about next
perfect.
time.
Nothing wrong.
Really happy,
Idyllic.
loving
Really
parents.
was only
gave
problem
me
was
more
it was
homework.
bored. It was bored and left and became a vampire.
And
It
decided
was
to
a-
try its fortunes as a vampire in the city.
Oh, I know.
Perfectly happy child, random vampire attack.
He was an orphan living under the stairs, and his uncle and his aunt hated him. And so did his.
You're a vampire.
You're a vampire, Harry.
And then he was a jerk and an asshole. And
Because he wanted to
somehow
go to
there were lots of
wizarding
books written about him.
school, but he thought it was an invitation to wizarding school, but it wasn't an owl, it was a bat, and it was really just an invitation to vampire school.
Vampire School. That's got to be a whole YA series out there, right? Vampire School.
Which house are you sorted in? The Tremors?
I'm in the
What are-
Rices.
What are the other ones?
I thought I was going to Hogwarts. No, you're at Bloodwarts.
We're
You're
in the sexy
Gangrel?
vampire.
You're a Malkavian?
Oh, I'm a Twilight.
Don't forget the
Oh, here
Toreadors.
we go.
A
Vampire
Toreador,
School.
Salubri, a Bruja. Wow, there's more houses than I thought there were.
Hold on, I'll send
The
it.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, there's Banu Hakim, Bruja, Gangrel, Hecata, La Sombra, Malkavian, the Ministry, Nosferatu, Ravnos, Salubri, Toreador, Tremere, Shimish, Ventruth, Thinblood, and Caitiff. That's more than I remember.
Well, it's obviously been
imagine they
expanded
have-
over the years because definitely
I imagine they have
about
done a
half of
little
those
bit
were
since,
not
the
in
late
there.
90s.
back, yeah, back,
Shori.
back when I read it, about half those were not there. Yeah.
Shori's last
Okay.
name.
Added a link to Vampire School.
Vampire
Nice.
School.
So
Reverse Harlem. Yes.
Harem, but yes.
Oh, harem.
Nice. Cool. Want to do a round of stars and wishes?
Wishes is that we're Vampire School.
Hold on.
Oh God.
Let's start with Nicole.
Oh no, I don't know what I'm. Stars. I don't know. That was delightful. I could have watched that scene where they were never gonna ask for a clue for the sun guy forever.
Oh,
Just fucking delightful. The silliest forensics ever. I liked it. I liked that there was action, moments of heart, and some cavorting. It was good daytime material.
yeah. Any
Yeah,
wishes for next time?
I'm also
Besides
happy
Vampire
that
School?
I'm Vampire School. I want to keep remembering that because I think I was like a little like not sure how to play Paloma and was like, oh, I guess I just use reason, but I also forgot I have all these objects. So I think
Oh,
Gareth
yeah.
really helped me see that. It was like, oh, I just need to be using these objects as much as possible. And I feel like I started doing that this time and it made it fun.
Yeah. And
It was like I have to justify why I'm using it and then
Remember, you don't need to use the physical object either. You'd be like, oh, like I have this empty pram at home because stuff happened.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I haven't used the prim.
I feel like we all have the same mindset, and I'm like horrible about this in video games as well. Where it's like, I collect all these potions, like I'm saving them, I'm not gonna use them until I need them, and I like finish
Yeah.
the video game
Never,
and I have
ever.
like 20 potions that I never used.
Potion party.
Yeah, potion party. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the unchecked boxes last and then have like a million things. But yeah, I
Every
think
roll
that was-
using an object.
Yeah, every roll with object. I think using objects has been a fun new move I was playing with. That's me.
Anything
Check.
you'd like to see or anything else?
No,
or
that was
different?
it. Just I'd like to
Awesome.
see myself remember that I can use objects. In the night move, I want to remember that I have my new move.
Oh yeah, I think we need to.
I guess a mother's
massage a
love
little
can
bit,
only
but
be
we'll
used at
figure it out.
nighttime,
I don't
or
think so.
can be used in no daytime.
It depends.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll work it and we'll workshop it and see how it goes.
Yeah, I've got it kind of half written. I think that's my
Okay,
my
cool.
wish is
Awesome.
to figure out what a mother's love is. I think
Nice.
that I've got it half written.
Cool. I'm happy to help if you want.
Yeah, I'd love help.
Cool. Peter.
I really liked the Mask of the Sun. I loved how on brand it felt for kind of building out. Well, I liked how it was such a shift from what the narrative has been so far, but still felt like in keeping with the world that we're building up. So that was great. I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm for having my character just be Francis and not necessarily do anything useful to move the story forward.
Yes.
Strongly appreciate that. because it is always nice to be like, I don't know strategically what to do, but I know what Francis is going to do right now.
Yeah,
and
that's all you got to do.
follow that where it leads. I love having the coven now, although I'm sure we will hate it. But, I mean, I'm sure it'll cause mechanical problems, but it's just such a delightful development.
Love all of our threats equally.
Yeah. I feel so bad about not being able to get the Wheatley camera sorted out, but we'll see how that continues to develop.
Yeah, it will develop.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that really jumped out at me. But yeah, just like, again, having different sessions have a different feel. This one was very much like we're investigating, but not really, and we're kind of doing other stuff. Maybe it was a little like the Society Obscura party in that regard, but yeah, I liked that aspect of it. And let's see, wishes, I guess, for things to do next time. Oh yeah, and I always love doing the custom move that I've got. So
Yeah.
I need to just make sure I have objects all the time, because that's just narratively a lot of fun.
Yeah, I actually spaced on the information move, but I'm like, that's fine. He's done with you, so it's
You got it. It's fine. Yeah, I'd love to learn more about the coven. I'm sure we will. Yeah, I'll keep thinking about it. Nothing really jumps into my mind. I am glad we had just a nice big failure to prompt getting a mask.
that was nice.
Yeah, let's see. And what are our current threats? The coven plus Limehouse Lurker.
Sally.
No face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think just like exploring different ways to do to search for clues is what I'd like to see in the future. Just if we can build up kind of a wider repertoire of we can do this or we can do this or we can do this. Hopefully it makes it feel a little less like we gotta do some yeah, that's the only suggestion that comes to mind right now.
Cool. Heath.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to think of wishes just so I have something to say, but I usually don't really have any. But the only thing I can think of is like it's more of a personal wish for myself is like remembering that like the fun of the game is just playing the game. So it's like failures and stuff like that aren't necessarily. I think there's that part of your brain that's like almost hardwired a little bit, like, oh, we failed the Whiteley camera, that sucks, we didn't do our thing. But it's like, but does it? It's a story point that will lead to other story points. It'll still be cool, whatever,
Yeah, and,
so it's just
one
trying
threat is always going to become a serpent, so it's whichever one.
Yeah, so it's just like trying to avoid that feeling of like, I haven't ever felt actually like frustrated or anything, but there's like part of me that wants to sometimes be like frustrated, like, oh, we fucking fucked that up, or we failed this, or didn't do that, or whatever. But it's like, it doesn't matter. It's all about story.
And it has such a strong sense of like, oh, you rolled a 2. This is going to be narratively interesting.
Yeah. And then like so much to love in the stars category, and the I liked. I don't know if Mark did this on purpose or if it was serendipitous that like both the things Nicole and I had jokingly bitched about were.
Oh yeah,
we experienced the complete opposite of this time. Like, hey, Nicole was successful at flirting with somebody, and hey, I had a non-confrontational time with Violet, and it was awesome. And then also
it's such a happier like.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, cool, great. That was she wasn't a fucking difficult person who was trying to thwart me in everything I say.
Yeah, I'm sure your business will cause no problems in the future. So.
Yeah, it seems like a solid plan.
But then also, like, I really like everybody's willing. I mean, particularly Mark as a GM, but I mean everybody being on board with. Like, to me, this felt like a particularly whimsical, playful episode, and it was just fun. Like everybody went with that, and there was no point. Like, there's definitely it's possible for that stuff to like go too far and be like, okay, let's get Yeah. Funny. Let's get back to the fucking story in the game now, or whatever. But I don't feel like it went that way. I mean, especially like the scene Nicole was talking about. There was points where I started worrying about like, are Peter and I just fucking off and having fun and not
Is Mark getting endlessly antagonized by us?
No.
But it's
I
but
loved it.
What a
everybody
dick.
went along with it.
Fun mask.
And in fact, like Mark indulges that, and he'll just go along with it. And he's never like, okay. And anyway, what do you do? You know?
Yeah, and like shit comes out, like the throwing the body off the cliff, like or like whatever, like having fun is fun, but then also it's like, oh yeah, that thing you said that you're kind of joking about, well, let's make that a real thing. That's, a lot of fun stuff happens. Yeah,
but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Did we get any wishes? You all good? Yeah, I loved everyone being themselves all the way. I feel we got like super good character stuff from everyone. We did have like a lot of fun moments and a lot of like, oh, like this is sweet, or this is gross, or doing the demon threesome thing, like all like really good texture overall, and actually just like but still cranking out a bunch of clues and answering a question in one episode. Like, all right.
I wonder how our campaign compares to other between.
Yeah, I've been avoiding like folks have a lot of them up on YouTube and stuff. I've been avoiding watching them because like it probably help like getting some like ideas how to like GM some stuff that like maybe isn't 100% clear or could go one way or the other. But like I'm having a good time just figuring it out from the rules. I'll probably go back and watch after to see what the differences are. But yeah, that's a super good time. I'm super love that the oven is a thing now. I've been like waiting for that or the child to come up. She's like, oh man,
the child
when is it gonna happen? Yeah, the child's gonna be great one way or the other. So can't wait to see that.
It's too bad the Coven is gonna undo everything that we did.
Yeah. And I'm happy to get Theodora in there a little bit more.
As if we weren't slow enough getting rid of threats already, and now we have a major.
Now it's like Friday the 13th, the series. You gotta take all the curse.
Gareth had the right idea. Just enjoy our time.
Oh yeah, and bringing this up. So, full disclosure, I thought the guy in the sun mask was part of the Society Obscura threat. He's not. So when I put him in the window there, I was like, oh wait, no, he's in a different one. Never mind. But then bringing him back, they're like, because they're like, oh, like they're gonna meet him at the party. It's gonna be all weird and creepy. Like, oh no, he's not there. Never mind. But having that like thing, like, oh, like you recognize that guy from the party, and like,
don't I know you? And then it's just such a contextualization of like he should be creepy and threatening, and Francis is like, friend.
The warning, he is a uniquely dangerous side character if certain thing happens. So just a word. He is he can retire a character immediately under certain conditions.
So can I have sex with him?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Roll for it. So yeah. But yeah, it's like
and how good the sex is depends on whether or not I get retired.
So he kind of waiting to see, and then can retire a threat immediately. Is what
what he's like. Just like that looks really weird, and people have apparently had a lot of fun with him. So let's see what happens.
So yes, we make him a roommate, and then he can retire a threat for us. We go, hey,
not the room with the fish man, but
go knock out that limestone lurker or whatever the hell it is. And he's like, got it. He's gone.
Cool. Yeah, and wishes, like I want to see more of everything. We'll probably start with like if we want to do one more bit a day at the end, end of day, but might just go into night. And it's like see what happens, because there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of cool stuff that can happen now, especially now the mastermind is getting more involved.
Yeah, we could probably what Nicole just said is maybe start off with some infirmary / vulnerable moment time to see if we can
Yeah.
prepare ourselves a little better for the night.
Stop puking so much.
Stop being racked with guilt, maybe.
Yeah.
That's all I got. We're see what's gonna happen. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream.
Farewell, internet.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, nobody.